Welcome back. Welcome back to the NOPLAINJANES podcast.
What's happening, y'all? What's up?
Hello, everyone.
New week. Top of the week, right?
He's like, what's going on? We got a guest today, you know.
Introduce yourself.
Smith Amasol.
Mr. Smith.
Mrs. Smith.
Agent Smith.
Agent Smith.
That's
What?
right, yeah.
Code names around here.
They call me all that.
Okay. But Agent Smith from The Matrix was white. We got black. We better. Black is better.
Well, it's 2021, you know what I'm saying? It's different now. He's black now.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
We killing it, right?
Always. All right, y'all. You know, I hope y'all checked into the last episodes. We were talking about relationships. So what we're doing, we're going to transition, I should say, into mental health. We're going to talk about mental health. We're going to talk about PTSD. You know, we got our infamous guest here, Mr. Smith. He's going to give us a little backstory. You know, tell us a little bit about yourself, and I give the floor to you, sir.
All right. So as I was saying, I'm Mr. Smith. I joined the military when I was 17. I had to get my mom's permission to sign because I was underage, and been in military. I served for 9 years.
9 years.
Yeah, in the infantry.
Wow.
I did 2 combat tours, one in Afghanistan and one in Iraq.
Okay. You still in the reserves?
No, I'm out.
Okay, just
completely.
fully out.
I see the shirt, the combat club. I see the shirt.
I see
That's mixed martial arts. I also do cage fighting.
Okay.
I do professional cage fighting.
Okay.
That was a good release for me when I got out the military. I was one of the reasons why I got in the military and chose 11 Bravo or infantry. For those of you who don't know what infantry is, it's like it's the foot soldier. There's so many different jobs in the military.
Yeah.
You could be a mechanic, you could be a truck driver, you could do logistics, you could do quartermaster.
There's a lot.
And then there's infantry, the actual foot soldier. And I was infantry. They told me that's where the action was. And for some reason, when you're young,
You know, it's funny that you say, I was going to ask you this later, but you said video games. So, like, how, like, you see how the games look now? Like, is it really like that, like, out there? You know what I'm saying? Like,
this is real life.
No, I know it's real life. I'm just saying, like, how
you're talking about the first person view.
How accurate is that simulation?
Well,
I mean, minus all the bells and whistles.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Ain't no bells and whistles, but
if anything, what it is it makes you want to plug into that, because when you play those, I stopped playing games in my later part of high school, so right before I got into the military. But when you play those games, and you always play those games, because a lot of soldiers play those games a lot, you know, and it makes you want to plug into that mode where you're running out and just taking people out left and right. I mean, it's something about it. When you're sitting there, you become fixated, and it feels real or anything like that, whatever. But yeah, obviously, no. When you got gear on and all that other stuff like that, you don't move like that. You don't.
Yeah, you're not jumping and.
Well, you move like how you need to move, but it don't look like that, and you're not taking out that many people.
What's the average weight y'all carrying around day in, day out?
40 pounds. With the vest, with the plates. You got a plate in the front. You got a plate in the back. You got that vest on, and the heat with all, and then you got your ammo. And then it depends on what position you're at. If you're a gunner, because then you have to carry your regular weapon, which is your M4. If you're a gunner, you got to carry. It depends on if you're on foot or what type of body that you're moving in with the element that you're coming in at. If you might have a saw gun, or you might have a 240 Bravo, you might have a bigger machine gun actually, which requires 2 people to carry. Someone's got to carry your ammo for you. Yeah, so you have an assistant gunner.
Oh wow.
And the gunner, and someone has to carry your ammo for you. If you have to carry all that stuff around, it sucks. And then if you're doing a long walk or patrol or road march, you rotate it. Yeah. But the team leader never touches the gun because you got the rank like that. But the privates, you're going to walk around with that, And in training, it really does suck. Because I remember one time in training, it was like high noon. It was hot. We was sweating bullets. And then we had to walk around. And everyone who touched that gun fell out. They had to go down, get IVs put in them. They had to bring in a helicopter and medevac one guy
That shit heavy.
No
yeah,
way.
well, they got in trouble. One of the higher ups got in trouble. One of the officers got in trouble because when they did the logistics of that training, that wasn't a smart thing to do, to have soldiers. This was our third day out in the field. They had soldiers out and starting the mission. We had to go and make like a ruck march for about
How many?
about like 3 or 4 miles, but it's like in like
Yeah.
Like
it's
intervals.
yeah, and muck and whatever too,
Ooh.
and
It's
like
kilometers,
through
so this-
elevation and
everything's
all that
broken
stuff.
up.
Yeah,
In muck.
and that was on the third day we was out in the field, and then when we got there, we had to execute the objective, and you know, assault and do like the whole exercise and everything like that. Well, when we got there, what happened was, what they found was a whole bunch of soldiers that just wasn't motivated and depleted, and they couldn't move. And on the way there was people falling out. They kept throwing them back in trucks. They would rip open the vest and throwing ice. Because like when you got that vest on, it becomes a sauna.
Yeah.
And then, you know.
I try to tell people that he ain't no joke.
Yeah, of course not.
Yeah.
He can knock you out. Do you still shoot now? Do you go to the range and whatnot?
Most def. I
Okay.
actually started up a shooters club recently, actually. Bring some knowledge and education.
On
Because a lot
handling.
of people out here with guns don't know what they're
What?
doing. With
People
guns.
just got it. People got guns talking about defense, but I'm like, boy.
They don't ever shoot it. They don't know how to shoot it.
What?
They don't know anything about that. They don't even know how to load it right. So
You teaching people how to handle guns?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clean it.
Are you teaching like the
Understanding the jamming.
yeah.
Everything.
And exercises to do with it. How to
like
draw
defensive
yeah.
shooting and stuff like that? Like I seen like a dude who was like he was getting robbed at a Metro store, but you could tell like he knew how to handle his gun. Like he shot twice,
Oh, just like-
repositioned himself, popped back up at a different spot, shot at dude. He shot him in the leg, and the robber limped out. And you was like, you could tell that dude had like training, like he knew how to like use his weapon.
Yeah, there's probably classes.
Yeah.
Classes. I've seen a lot of that. They have some of that in Homestead where you can go to like an open area and they'll teach you like tactics and maneuvers and self-defense classes.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cool. It's dope.
Yeah.
I go to the range. My dad is a retired vet as well, so I've been going with him shooting snipers because he was a sniper shooter.
Okay.
So, but I've shot a couple of shotguns, 22, 17, one AK. I can't remember the model of the AK.
You said 17, like Glock 17?
Yeah, Glock,
Okay.
just Glocks. And then I'm trying to remember the AK, like the numbers. But yeah, I like the range. I like to.
Which one do you like shooting the most?
I was gonna ask him that.
Honestly, probably the sniper, only because of the patience you have, and then like actually learning. He broke down like knowing the time of shooting, how to bring your target into the shot, the patience you have to have, the velocity of it, like
you gotta know, the velocity
yeah,
around,
just,
so you
I'm
know.
patient.
Yeah.
So like I like to know knowledge about things. So I took interest in the sniper only because it's.
What sniper rifle was it?
I don't remember all the numbers.
So-
Literally,
You know,
I'll
if it's
text
like
it.
a
I'll
Barrett?
find out and I'll text it to you.
Sniper rifles are dope to shoot with. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie to you. You sit there, you got a big scope, and I remember I was firing. We were with the British up in Afghanistan, and when you got free time on your hand, you train, and then training can be as fun as you can make it. And
I wasn't
in
shooting
theater.
shit at first until he broke it down because I was just shooting and I'm like, where'd it go?
Exactly.
I'm
You
just
don't-
shooting and
you
I'm
can't
like,
see it. You got a spotter.
you can't see nothing,
With
yeah.
a sniper, you got a spotter, so
See?
you got a target like way down there by the mountain. We have balloons.
Mm-hmm.
You put balloons out there. And if you
How far
fire-
away is way out there?
100 yards?
More than that.
Oh no.
More
way
than
no,
100
more than
yards.
that.
Way more than
More
that.
than 100
Yeah,
yards.
Way
wow.
more than that. Way farther than the maximum effective range of an M4, which is about like 400 meters. Way further than that. It was. I'm not a good judge of distance, is the thing, but it looked like it was like a half mile out there. It
Okay.
was far. It
That's
was
why I
pretty
know about
far.
the facility in Homestead because like they
Damn.
have acres of land down there,
Yeah.
and you just shooting like wood targets. You're shooting like they have like
They got moving targets.
yeah, they have moving targets.
Okay.
They have like little pillars where you can hit like not metal, but there's something that signal like a ding, like
yeah.
if you hit it,
Yeah. I know. Yeah. Those are the best ones because you
Yeah.
know you hit it because you can hear it. Yeah.
And that's the thing, like you can't really see it unless you're really focusing or using the spotter for the sniper part at least.
Or
until you hear that.
You keep your. There's a delay too because you're way over here. You shoot, pow. You hear the, and then you're just looking,
And you just wait.
and all of a sudden you see the balloon pop. You like, I hit it.
Yeah.
It's an electrifying feeling to go
Yeah.
through. It's
It's
pretty
dope.
dope.
It's
though.
dope.
Yeah.
It's
What's
dope.
your favorite weapon to shoot? Well, to use
That I have, or just in general.
that you used before. Your
I've
favorite
ever
weapon.
used before in general. Oh man.
That's an interesting question.
Yeah, it'll have to be the 50 cal. It'll have to be a 50 cal.
Okay.
It never jams.
Mm.
Never jams. 50 cal is a big caliber.
That's a
machine
long
gun.
boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's a 50 cal is what you see like people shooting out of helicopters and
Yes,
stuff
yes,
like that
okay,
or whatever.
okay.
Like if you got a helicopter coming at you, you can't fire nothing at that helicopter. You
Yeah,
can't
the
fire
bullets
an
like-
M4 in a helicopter. You can't
The
fire
bullet's like this big.
Yeah, you can't fire like you got to fire like a 50 cal.
Damn,
Okay.
he
Oh,
shot
wow.
one of those?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Fuck.
you
I'm
rip
sorry.
that.
This,
No, it's good. It's
Yeah,
good.
you rip that and you
That
see
shit
something
is
down the range.
crazy.
You just tear up the area, and then like if you get hit with a 50 cal, it's ripping your limbs off.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so it's you're doing backflips.
That's powerful.
But it's
Is it a
Shells
machine
flying.
that you have to stand behind and let it position?
mount it so that you can put it on a tripod. You could mount it on certain things if you in the.
But you cannot hold it yourself, like a gun.
Oh, sit there and hold it
Yeah,
and fire? Nah,
that's
50
what
cal
I'm
is too
saying.
heavy. 50
That's
cal
what
is
I'm
too
saying,
heavy.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
50
too
cal is
heavy.
too heavy. You got to mount that on like on a tripod or on a turret.
Okay.
but what's the one?
So it has to have a platform.
Yes.
What's the model that you can put over your shoulder? Well, they put it across the body.
They strap the
and
with the strap.
yeah,
you can
and they
rip it at
hold
the-
it, but it's
Yeah.
like you gotta hold it and like.
Okay,
Yeah,
so you
yeah.
can do that.
The Rambo- the
that would
Rambo
be like
joint.
a saw gun, like a 249 saw, or a 240 Bravo.
Okay.
That fires a 7.62 round. 249 Bravo fires a 7.62 round. 7.62 rounds is the same round that the AK-47s fire.
Okay.
Now those are bigger rounds than the 5.56. 5.56 and 223s in the civilian terms is the same thing as the 223 in civilian terms. That's what's coming out of M4s and
Okay.
M16s
Okay.
and
Pretty big.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
yeah.
My dad was showing me how to clean the gun, and I was just like, man, there's so many elements. Because I like paintballing too, so.
Yeah.
So-
Paintballing is
Yeah, paintball's
paintballing is
lit.
actually
Don't
dope.
sleep.
Yeah.
Don't sleep on that, yeah.
Don't sleep on paintballing. Yeah, if you want to get some good training with
Yeah.
moving and tactics and stuff like that, you
It's-
do it with
it's
paintball.
perfect.
Paintballing?
Yeah,
Paintballing
Have
is
you
big
ever
in
done
college
it?
too.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fun.
We can go.
It's
It's
fun.
fun.
It's fun. It is fun.
and because it stings and it attacks, you
Yeah.
got to respect it. So you're not gonna see people just running around. And
Oh, I
being
light
all
you
in the
up.
open and
Getting
stuff.
laser
If you don't put your
tag,
hand
yeah.
up, I'm
Yeah.
lighting you up more. I'm lighting you up.
So you're gonna move like it counts, with it. So that'll help you with your
Yeah, it's,
with training.
it's
if you
like,
do
and
that,
some
yeah.
people take it serious. Like you'll go out there, them boys go in the evening and
I
they
take
get
it
the
serious.
suit.
Yeah,
and
I
they,
take it serious.
You
oh,
got the
red
mask, you
dot?
got
They
everything.
got the red dot, and they be having the smoke guards. I'm like, nigga, this is paintball.
yeah. Oh, no, I go on like,
They take it serious.
Don't take your mask off, right?
Yeah.
Don't take it
Or
off.
you get lit up.
It's over
And
with.
then when you guys got like a code word and you get real close, like a
Yes.
safe kill or something like that, I was real bad
or
with
they
that. I just
tighten
pop.
They
I just-
tighten
You
on the
don't
top
do
of
the
the
safe
gun.
kill.
See?
It's just that habit. I just come.
It's
from pow.
adrenaline. Is it adrenaline?
It's an adrenaline
Yeah.
Yeah,
thing.
he's in
you
the zone.
there. Yeah.
But some people like they'll turn up. I forgot the term for it. But on the top of the gun, it helps you with the speed of the bullet when it comes out. So they'll cheat and they'll tighten it all the way. So on impact it doesn't break on you. You just get shot like 5-6 times and you're like fuck.
Yeah, yeah.
Simunition rounds are better.
They sting though.
Yeah.
I know. I
Yeah.
played
Yeah.
it. They sting. Yeah.
They leave
but when you're in the
marks,
game,
Yeah,
you
I
don't
was
feel
like
that
bruised
shit.
up
You don't-
and all.
I don't feel it.
No, you do if you do simunition rounds.
Okay.
Simunition rounds, you feel that. That thing, like you don't want to get hit with that.
I don't know. In the game, I don't feel it. Like
Not even playing around, you don't want to get hit with it. So
After
you
the fact?
take it real serious.
no, after like. Okay, I may feel it, but like I'm like in the like I like
Yeah.
it. I've done it a lot. I've been speedball. I play different bullets. I've been hit with even like pellet guns. I've been hit with a pellet gun like close range. So in the moment I haven't like, but after you're like
After's
fuck.
when you- yeah,
yeah.
is
After
when
you're
you-
like
yeah, you
fuck.
launched up. Yeah.
Hell yeah. But it's lit.
Yeah, it is lit though.
It's lit.
What was the reason you wanted to join?
Pay
In the
for my
beginning.
college.
See?
Pay for my college. I didn't want to do the same thing everyone else was doing, and I didn't want to take on the big loan. Honestly, my brother was in the military ahead of me too, and he was infantry, and he was telling me about all the things that he was doing. He was in Iraq actually too, and he was telling me about all the things that he was doing and everything. And I just thought he was so badass when he was doing it. He was telling me, he's like, man, don't ever do this shit. And I said, yeah, I hear you. Then I hit him up one day. I said, hey man, I joined the
in that
military.
shit.
What was the
Be
gap?
out there with you. Yeah.
What was the age gap between you and your brother?
The age gap between me and my brother about, because I'm the youngest boy out of 4 boys. and he was the second, and he was how old is he's 4 years older than me.
Okay.
Yeah,
How old are you if you don't mind me asking?
36.
36. I was gonna give you about 34.
I
Word?
wear it well.
Yeah.
No
Because
way.
what? Black don't crack, right?
Don't crack. Nigga, we know his age now. He shocked me. I said, you how old, sir?
We didn't know that.
I gotta do sir with you now.
You gave me the Kevin Hart. The damn.
Yeah, I did.
Huh? 41.
Look at
31, you said?
4.
41.
41?
Dirk
41.
Nowitzki number.
Oh.
Look at him.
Bro,
Does
I
he
got
look 41?
grades. I got grades. What you mean?
That don't mean shit.
thought you
Niggas
were
that
here
are
with us.
12 got grades.
Yeah, no, I know, yeah.
What the hell?
I
That
know
nigga be
cats were
stressed.
freshmen when I was a senior in high
Exactly.
school.
They
grade.
balding already and shit. Nah, that don't mean
bald,
nothing.
receding hairline, all that. Yeah.
What? That's why you told me 41. I was like, dang!
Yeah, he did. He did.
Really, Manny?
He did.
That shit hit me different. Like you said off the rip, you're young and you say you want to pay for school and do something different, and your brother was kind of an idol for you for a reason of going. What other motivational factors played outside of your? Let's say, don't think of your brother. What other? There had to be more within the society because you're 36, so I'm 31, so I'm in that kind of range of. I know how government and economics was at that time, and I want to say 7 to 10 years later, it just became popular. If you understand where I'm going with this, I feel like everyone just kind of chose to go to the military because like they didn't know what to do or they needed discipline, and like okay, everybody just thought about benefits. You didn't like not saying that that's what you did, but I'm saying I feel like it. Do you agree with it? With what I'm saying? Do you agree with how people are joining now versus then? Because it was a real motivational thing for you. Like you had a reason for it. Your brother, you know,
Well, that was
school-
one of the
And he
reasons
wanted to
then,
pay for
too.
school.
And I'll be honest with you, like the recruiter what they do now is the same thing they did then.
For real?
This
Okay.
guy, man, and the way I joined is pretty crazy too, because I joined, I was 17, begged my mom to sign the paper. She was like, no, she doesn't want me to do it. I told her I want to be my own man. I want to do this. This is something I want to do. So she did it reluctantly. And if you know Haitian mothers,
I was just about to ask. I was just
You
about to
know.
ask. What's your mother's
Oh, I didn't know he
background?
was Haitian.
yeah,
What's your mom's
yeah,
background?
She was like, and then
Hell no.
We can relate. We
So
know.
I
all from the
joined.
island.
She
Yeah.
she was sucking her teeth as she was signing.
I joined. They told me the same. They told me, hey, listen, okay, it's easy work, man. All you do is 1 week in a month of training.
That's how
Because
they
I was
get
all
your
like,
ass.
okay, I want to do the training. I want to learn. I want to learn to kill people. I want to do, whatever
Yeah.
and stuff.
you was hype.
And then like what? And I get free college with it. Dope. I want to do that. So they was like, okay, and this is the guard. They tell you get 1 weekend out of the 1 week in a month, and then 2 weeks out of the year. I said, that's easy. I could do that. I go home all the time. That's perfect. And then the guy told me, listen, you will never get deployed. You never get deployed.
What branch is this?
This is the Army, in the Army National Guard.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a
okay.
branch of the Army. The National
Okay.
Guard is a branch of the Army. He's like, yo, you will never get deployed. This is my recruiter. He promised me. I'm telling you. So first, I was like, okay, that sounds cool, whatever. They brought me to this drill thing. People sitting there, they hollering at people. They doing all kinds of stuff. And I'm looking around. I said, nah, this ain't it. So I was like, I ain't doing that shit no more. Just like that. I had already sworn in at MEPS.
Oh shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now,
It's over
I didn't
with.
know because I'm young. I'm
Yeah.
a kid. I don't know anything
Still
like that. I don't know
17,
about
right?
rights. Yeah. So then, I just decided, I said, I'm not just going to do that. I'm just not going to do that anymore. And then, the next drill came, and I was supposed to go over there. I didn't go. The next drill came, they said, hey, man, you're supposed to be over. You didn't show up last time. You need to, and I just hung up on this guy. He would call. I hung up on him. He would call. My mom would hang up on him.
Boy.
My mom would be like, don't call here again. My son not doing it. Boom, click.
They
That's
probably
it.
came to your fucking
They
house.
sent letters, all that stuff. So then one
You
day,
go to jail.
4 months had passed and all that stuff like that. I was just-
What?
yeah, I was like, my mind was straight. I'm not doing that shit, And then the recruiter, he was pissed. He was like, listen, this isn't like a job. You can't just quit it. Da, 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 da. You made a promise to the Army, to your country, to serve. And I was like, I don't give a fuck, bro. I'm not doing it. What are you going to make me do? So one Sunday, early in the morning, we're getting dressed, getting ready for church.
I was
This guy
about to
pulled
say
up
church.
To the house. This guy pulled up to the house. And he pulled up to the house. I remember when I saw him. And I remember my recruiter name was like Sergeant Pena or something. This guy be lying, by the way. He pulls up to the house. And he says, you need to come with me. And I was like, I'm not going in with you. And then my mom was like, get away from my house and all kinds of stuff. And then he was like, if you don't come with me now, I have to call the police. And I'm thinking, damn, I don't want my mom to see me getting taken away with police handcuffing me and all that stuff like that or whatever. And he was like, you're already in. You can't pull away now. So then he came into the house. He sat down. He had my mom's lemonade. And he says, what? He's like, why did you change your mind? Now, at this point, my brother is deployed. He's in Iraq right now. Mm-hmm. That was the first time Florida got deployed to Iraq. The Florida National Guard got deployed to Iraq, and they didn't know how long they were going to be there. So what started off was supposed to be a couple of months, turned out to be longer than that. And it ended up like they were gone for about 2 years. They were gone for a while, you know. No one knew when they would come back, and it wasn't like how it was now where you can have so much communication so easily. So when we heard from my brother, it was like, you know, a blessing and stuff. So he thought that it may have been that. So he comes and he tells me, he looks at my mom, he looks at me, he says, listen, I'm telling you right now, man, you don't have to worry about it. If you worry about your son going to war, you don't have to worry about that. That was a fluke. Your son will never go to war. But
so he comes to your house on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay.
He showed,
on a Sunday.
Pulled up, yeah. He
on a
pulled
Sunday.
up.
You going to
Get
church?
real familiar.
Yeah.
To the
Sitting on
Lord's
the couch.
house.
So he said,
I hopped in the car with him, and then he drove me to the Miami Armory, and where I had to, you know, go do the drill and everything like that. And on the way driving down, we're driving on the billboard. I'm looking at a car. I see a nice little Benz on the billboard. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking at the car and stuff like that. It's quiet. It's a quiet ride. So I'm just sitting there looking at it like this. And he says to me, he leans over and says, you like that car?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
Of course.
It's Benz, you know. He's like, you could get that in the military. I was like, really?
Selling dreams.
That boy was
gotta sell you the dream.
He was selling it.
Man. So he said all these things and stuff, and then boom, I joined, went to basic training, did all that stuff. At basic training, I later found out that me swearing in that MEPS didn't mean anything. I was not committed at that time. If I wanted to drop out, I could have dropped out. Mm-hmm. You know, and basically it was after I became when I was in basic training. That's when it was basically like over AWOL and all the other stuff like that or whatever.
That's why you said he was a bullshitter. He was a liar.
Yeah, he was a bullshitter, obviously, and everything like that. But you know,
but that's why I said what I said. Like for new age, like times of now is popular because niggas is signing up every day.
Oh yeah.
And then they get in, and I got mad. I have a lot of people that I know that are in the military, and they like, bro, I gotta get out. Or I fuck this shit.
Well,
blah, blah, blah. They in there, and I'm like, I'll see you in 4 years, at least on me.
Yeah, it's
3 years.
It's two experiences you can have. You either gonna you either gonna benefit from it, or you gonna feel like it fucked up your life. Let's be realistic.
I got two
can
cousins.
You curse on this?
Yeah, we can curse.
Yeah, of course.
we can curse.
I already don't curse already.
All right.
But I got one cousin that's in Okinawa, Japan, and one that's in UAE now, Air Force and Army.
Air Force, he's loving it. Come on.
Yeah, they chilling.
Yeah, come on. You're loving it. You got to fight to get in if you Air Force. It's not easy to get in if you Air Force.
Really?
Yeah. They picky. You can't just, I want to join Air Force, and you think they're just going to know.
And they take hella tests.
You probably on the Willings. Yeah, a lot of tests.
He works on a helicopter.
Yeah.
The one
you probably
you
got to have a college degree to get in the Air Force.
He's doing it now.
Yeah.
The National Guard that you joined, that's the one you wanted. Or did you want something different?
That's what I wanted. Then when
Okay.
I got to basic training, I was a kick-ass soldier in basic training. I was just so into it. Everything I did, everything I like most everything I do, I go all out in and stuff.
That's good.
Why not go a different branch? Why not go
that's what
Marines
happened in basic training. When in basic training, you train with all the infantry, whether it's not just National Guard. If you're training with Army infantry, my battle buddy, he was going to Ranger school. And this other guy, a couple of people going to Special Forces, all that stuff. So the commander comes up to me. He's like, "Hey, I'm sorry, man. He doesn't even call me. I'm sorry. I was not. They don't use your name. I tell you what, they treat you.
Oh like, yeah, I know.
Like in basic training, they demean. It's demeaning, and it was pretty It was foreign to me, but at the same time, it wasn't as bad because I come from a Haitian household. I was like, my daddy did worse.
Second nature. And they're yelling at me.
But no, there was some dudes that were crying.
Yeah.
For real?
Like grown men. Now,
No.
mind you, I was a kid. I was 17, and I was looking at these grown men. And I'm like, they crying. And I'm like, what is wrong with this dude? Like, I thought it was gonna be harder.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be like Full Metal Jacket and everything like that. Whatever.
Yeah, that's a dope.
It wasn't.
Yeah, I want to hear some stories.
Yeah.
That's
But
how
I
it
get-
went for you to-
Because you dealt with, your parents being probably strict and teaching you morals and stuff at home. When you went to the military, people were crying. You was like,
yeah, because you can't have it your way. They weren't used to you. It's a structure now. Like no, you do. Like they'll come over there. They'll fill your. They do a whole bunch of mental fucks. Fill your plate up with all this good food and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You go, all right, boom. Tell you got 30 seconds to eat your food. Grab your food and then walk away with it. While they're walking away with it, you picking food out of it and eating it. Then they throw it in the trash can. You run back in line. You get back ready. You train it. You know, stuff like that or whatever. It's like a whole bunch of mental fucks. So a lot of people will break and cry and have little tantrums and all kinds of shit. And I used to just be like,
how did you deal with it though, with the food situation? Like, let's just say
I eat
right.
fast.
Okay, good.
I eat fast. Yeah.
Got you.
I seen major
I
pain.
eat fast.
How many seconds was it to eat the food? Like,
Well, no, that would be like if we are okay. They're like
Example.
that was an example.
Yeah,
it's
go
not
ahead.
always like that.
Yeah.
But for the most part, you don't have a long. You don't have time to be sitting there cutting up your food like
Yeah.
no. You got to eat fast.
Yeah.
So like they'll give you a good 15 minutes to eat your food or something like that. But like if they're on a rush, like oh, we're late. We're running late. We need to hurry up.
7
They'll just
minutes.
follow you through. You get your food, and then like you got no time to taste it, and then you throw it away, and you go right back on the bus. You get, or not even the bus, the cattle truck. You know what I'm saying?
just
And
like
then they bus you
eating
to
that shit
where
like
you're
a
gonna go
savage.
and train.
wow.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I'm a slow eater. I don't know.
you gotta
It's
do
over
everything
for you.
fast. You gotta do everything. You gotta shower fast.
3-minute
You
showers.
gotta poop
Yeah.
fast. You gotta poop fast. Yeah.
They do that.
Yeah. You gotta poop fast. You
Really?
That's
can't
the first thing.
you can't
my
be
pops
sitting
told
up in
me.
there taking
It
your
was like
time and
everything's
stuff,
like-
man. Ain't no contemplating about life.
None of that shit.
Yeah.
None of that shit.
You
That's
focused. You pop, I'm out.
You know what's crazy? Like you see how you said like they call you by like your roster number, like your jersey number, like your name. So like my homeboy like came out of the military a couple years. So he goes somewhere to like get glasses or something like that or whatever. So they call his name out. They're like calling his name like Brian. He's sitting there like oh shit, like I haven't been called by my first name in like 5 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
it throws
they
you
call,
off.
yeah. So he
Yeah.
didn't realize they were like calling him. He's like yo, like it's crazy, like transitioning into like being a civilian.
Yeah.
And he was like,
Yeah.
no one's calling me by my first
Military
name
people, I know,
ever.
they still call me by my last name, like Amador. You see, I call him Amador.
Yeah,
you know,
I
people
was
be
just
like,
about to
Sam.
ask
I
you
don't
about
call
people
him.
by their last name.
So all his friends are like Sam, and I just be like Amador. Amador still calls me Amma, so I don't, I don't even know if that man knows my first name.
When he and I were having the conversation to get you to come on to the podcast, he was addressing you by your last name.
Yeah.
But he said his name is Smith, so I address you as first name basis. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I call him Sam. That's me.
Yeah.
Like you're saying, regular
Yeah.
people would address you guys as first name basis.
Yeah.
But you guys address each other as last
Exactly.
name.
I don't know him as Sam. I know him as
See,
Amador. Yeah.
I went to school with Sam. Sam was like, shout out to Sam.
Oh,
Really,
Sam is a wild
listen,
boy.
really smart, really
Yeah.
smart. He knows his shit. Like,
He likes to debate.
Oh,
if
yeah.
he's on that side, he knows his shit. Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Of all the people that I serve and all the people I know that if I was to go through something or I was going into a building, that's somebody I would want right next to me.
That's good.
Damn, man, that's
He's
that's
legit
deep.
like that. You
No,
know?
Yeah.
definitely.
That's deep.
And Sam's shooting,
Right?
like, Sam is the best
That's
shooter
a
I
real
know.
statement.
Yeah,
Someone saying that, they gotta
yeah.
trust you.
Oh yeah,
I
it's,
wanna-
it's- it's-
Yeah.
yeah. That's why the bond, like the fraternity that you get in the military, is no joke. That stuff's for life, man. You know, someone could say something that could piss you off. Like I got into debates and stuff like that with certain people. You know, federal veterans in the military and stuff. But I was in a group chat. Someone said something, I didn't like it, and it turned off like I cut them off and stuff.
Yeah.
But at the same time, this man was to call me. And in
talk
a
to
dire
you
need
level-headed.
or something like that, or a
gonna
desperate
help,
hour,
yeah.
I would pop up head
Yeah.
first,
Yeah.
no questions asked. You know,
Yeah.
I
Have
would
you-
expect the same from them.
Yeah. Have you ever served with Sam?
Yeah, we went to Iraq together.
Really?
Yeah, we were in Iraq together.
How many years?
Sam came to the unit my last probably like 3 years in the military. Yeah, he came from the Marines. Sam was a wild boy, man.
Yeah, he I wanted to do like in 16, 17, he had some classes like for gun training and license
Yeah,
and stuff like
yeah.
that. I need to get on it. I need to do it. But
He's a
I
basic
need Yes.
NRA
Yeah.
pistol instructor.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I need to get
I took
with
that
him.
course too.
So you've been out of the military for how long now? Did
10
you get out
years
of-
about.
10 years?
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you do now? What do you do as your everyday living?
I
And how
do,
did you adjust?
well, MMA.
Okay.
Came
you
back, I
mentioned
did
that
cage
earlier.
fighting. It was good. Filled a good void in my life, and it occupied me because I was always in the gym, always in the gym, always in the gym. I wasn't big on the crowd stuff. I wasn't big on the crowd thing. The biggest thing I ever did in the crowd was just this past weekend. I went to Carnival, and
Oh wow.
yeah, I didn't think I would. I didn't know how I would take it because I was telling
You outside.
the girl who invited me. I was like, I always seen it, you know, or someone would say something about it, and I was like, it looks like maybe whatever. But like, I never had fun like that in like years, like a long time. And
You're around island people, man.
I know the vibe.
Listen,
I
we
got
bring the
it.
vibes.
That's
we
it.
It's the
definitely
vibes.
bring the
That's
vibes.
it.
But you don't know about you don't know about it.
No,
Is
no,
what
I
it
get
is.
you, I
Yeah.
get you, I get you.
And the thing was, okay, so and then it's the crowd thing too. Like I'm like, man, I'm gonna be out there and I ain't got my gun on me. Like, you know, I don't know. Like anything can happen.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
it's
a
something.
fact. That's a
you know,
fact.
There's a little paranoia.
yeah.
Yeah.
When you train for to go to get deployed, they put you through all kind of worst case scenarios when you go to training, and you know it's just repetitive, and all that other good stuff like that. And then I remember when I was in Afghanistan, there was this we drove by in our trucks and we saw the day before a VBIED. A VBIED is a vehicle-borne IED. IED is an improvised explosive device. If you guys know.
Yeah.
I'm listening.
So basically, it's
listening.
a suicide bomber on
Yeah.
a motorcycle bike. He drove up on his bike and between two busloads of Afghan recruit soldiers and took them out.
Wow.
And just lit up the scene, blew it out. And I was driving by the next day, and they were like, oh, this is where it happened. And the scene was just charred. And it's just the image of it, or the ambiance of it, it stays with you and everything like that.
Yeah.
For better or for worse, whatever you want to say.
Would a crowded place be a worst case scenario? Because crowded places, there's too many elements.
Exactly. Because what happens is with crowded places, there's things beyond your control.
Yeah, it
You
is.
understand what I'm saying?
It
You're
is.
you lose more and more control when you do
range.
that. Exactly. You know.
I understand.
It was new for me when I went to Carnival. But the only reason why I decided to do it was, when my friend invited me to do it, was
Your
because
friend.
every time I go, like I'm an adrenaline junkie again,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and every time I do, like the most excitement I get is when I do something that I have a fear of or something.
Oh, okay.
Like I have a fear of
Yeah.
heights.
Okay.
But I'm
You
jumping
do?
out. I jump.
Have you
yeah.
done skydiving?
Yeah,
Yeah?
I skydive. I jump out of planes. I rappelled off of a waterfall in Costa Rica. It was lovely. I loved it. It was thrilling.
Did it get you over the fear of heights, or you're still afraid of heights?
The fear the fear's still there. Yeah, you know what I'm
Okay.
saying. But I just do it anyway because I don't know.
You
It's
know
just,
you
it's just
can
a
do
rush
it.
I get
But
with
that's
it.
good. You don't let your fear hold you back, though.
Yeah.
That's good.
But he's still afraid.
No, he's still afraid, but I'm saying he's still
That's
doing it.
crazy.
Yeah.
He's not letting, even though he fears it, he's still getting towards it.
That
Yeah.
sounds like he passing out and doing
Same thing with
Let's do it
claustrophobic.
again.
I'm claustrophobic.
So you in an
That's
elevator.
crazy.
When I was in Vegas this summer, me and my mom were in an elevator, and it was going up like we were on the 53rd floor. She tapped the button, and we went to like the 58th or 60th floor. When the elevator opened, Rodriguez was there, the baseball player. He was there, and I said hello and everything. And I was like, why did you go to this floor? Before we met him, I was like, why did you go to this floor? Because I was getting claustrophobic in the elevator, because when it closed
You were
back,
in there so
we got to
long.
go down 60 floors to get to the
Yeah.
first floor. And I'm like, why did you go to this floor? But when I saw him, he was really nice, and we greeted him and everything. So I was like, if she didn't do that, we wouldn't have an opportunity to meet him. But I was still like going down, and I'm like, my head is
Yeah,
hurting. I'm
just
getting
that's
claustrophobic.
crazy.
I
That's like
can't
a
breathe in
5-minute
here.
ride.
That's
That's a
crazy.
minute.
Like, that's a lot of floors.
I've been stuck on the elevator, and it was just a third floor, and I was tripping.
See?
I was like,
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
open the door.
You ever do
Bitch, I
like
was
the
trying
CAT
to climb
scan?
out.
You ever do a CAT scan
Yeah.
before? That's no
Oh,
joke,
man.
man. You
Oh,
sitting
yeah, you
there with
can't
that,
move?
that thing right
You
there
just
all
like,
around you. Right now they got the machines, but the things like right here. You're like,
Yeah,
Listen.
you can't move.
And it's loud.
you
When
focusing
I-
on your breathing.
MRI.
I
Same
did
thing.
one. Did one last year during quarantine 2020, and I was just like pacing myself, like breathing. I got through it, and I'm sitting in it, and I'm like, woosah, like one, like two, like three, like close your eyes, like open your eyes again, 1, 2, 3. Like it was like a breathing mechanism. I was
Exactly.
trying to get through it, and I'm like, I gotta sit here like 40 minutes, and they like
Give me the drugs.
they're telling you like do not move because we gotta start over, and I'm like. I want to get out of here. I
Yeah.
want to get out. It's like a panic. I want to get out of here. I want to get out of here. So I feel you. I understand.
Yeah. So I did scuba diving
Okay.
in a cave underwater.
What country?
Colombia.
Colombia.
The island of San Andres. It's Colombia territory. Oh, it was beautiful, man.
When you
Nice.
scuba dive,
I've done it. I've done it back home in the Bahamas before, like younger, like before age 10. I can still remember everything. It was beautiful under the water. And we went through this, there are rocks called Three Sisters Rocks in the Bahamas and Bimini. And we went through it. It was beautiful. So I can get your take on that. Like
Yeah.
scuba diving and everything. I can't swim, but diving.
You can't swim.
You get to the bottom, you can
Yeah.
dive.
What you
You
mean?
get to the
But
bottom.
diving,
you
it's
can't
not swimming. Yeah,
it's
you
not
just, you just
swimming.
going.
It's-
Yeah.
it's not
What you mean?
swimming.
You gotta go through. You gotta.
Yeah.
But it's getting to the bottom and you just moving. Like of
you
course
under
if you
there,
can't
yeah. Then that pressure and all that
Listen.
stuff,
Yeah.
yeah.
you can't swim, of course you're gonna get to the bottom.
That's
You're gonna
crazy.
sink.
Not to mention those caves is no joke. Like you just see some.
That's what
You
I'm
know?
saying. I was just about to say. I'm like, when it comes to scuba diving,
It's really nice, though.
What's the like rule? Like you're supposed to shoot
Breathe.
like
Let's yeah,
yeah.
breathe.
that.
Yeah.
But listen, you
And
have
how
to
do you find your way back? Like, are you shooting
No,
like a line?
you're
or-
going with people.
Yeah. I was going out with the
Yeah.
dude I was with.
I
There's
was going
people
with
who
people.
don't. There's people who free dive.
Nah,
Yeah.
man, you gotta do experience for that. You
I
can't
went
just go
with
out there.
I was
Come
going
on,
with people that are scuba diving people in Bimini. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
get a
going with scuba
certification
divers,
and
yeah.
all that. Yeah, because you gotta know how to work your tank and everything like
Yeah,
that. The
yeah.
gauge, you gotta
Listen,
do all, yeah,
you
you
have
can't do that.
breathing
yeah.
up apparatus and everything on you.
I
You're
know
prepared.
you can get what's it called when the oxygen gets to your head and shit, and you can like pass out underwater.
What happens is you don't want to hold your breath. You hold your breath and then your lungs, they say, can expand and explode.
Yeah.
So when they
That's
said that in the
just
video,
crazy.
I was focusing on my breathing the entire time. I was breathing out loud. I was like, but
Well, I
at the
can
time,
swim.
it was nice.
It was
awesome.
I
fun.
want to experience it because I can swim. Like I actually
Yeah.
know how to swim.
Yeah.
So like in the ocean.
But
swim.
diving is different than swimming. But listen, you'll have fun doing it. Trust me,
Okay.
you'll have fun doing
Yeah,
it.
yeah, I recommend it for everybody.
Before you-
Everybody
Yeah.
says the same thing. I can't swim or nah, man. I ain't going on.
Yeah.
I'm like, listen, I was same thing with me. I was afraid too, man. I was fearful of it. I did it, and I was so happy I did it because it's a completely different world underwater. Like it is completely different. Like it was scenic as hell. I was playing with little seahorses
Yeah,
and everything.
I've done
Oh, word?
snorkeling, but
Yeah.
you at the top.
Diving,
That
like
shit
we
ain't
at the
nothing. I'm just
bottom.
floating
Yeah.
and shit.
It was fun. It's
It was
really
lit.
fun.
It
You
was
gotta
real
try
fun,
it.
yeah.
It's
I
fun.
wanna do scuba
So
diving.
that's why I decided to do crime because I realized, man, listen, whenever I go over,
Yeah.
like whenever I go after like tackle my fears and anything like that, on the other side, I always run into a really good experience, and I would have never ran into that experience if I let the fear dictate
Yeah.
how I was gonna do. So I decided to go ahead and do the carnival and do
Yeah.
the crowd thing, and when I went out there, man, I'll tell you what, it wasn't uneasy. There was a whole bunch of like my heart was beating all fast and something too. You
Did
know?
you dance?
That music.
I did.
Okay,
and
did-
I'm not a dancing dude either.
See,
man. I didn't
did-
You got
women-
some juicing. You got
did-
some juicing.
But listen, did women dance with you? Did women? That's good. See, in islands, I feel like in islands, our culture is different. In islands, like when I go to clubs and stuff, and I'm around island people, like I feel more safe dancing with island dudes because I feel like in a club we don't get too like island men don't get too attached because I feel like they're used to women.
carnival's like an open
no,
thing. It's
I'm
like
just saying
different.
because when you go to clubs
it's
in
culture.
Oh, when you go to a
yeah,
party,
it's
yeah.
culture wise, right? But when you in clubs like American clubs and stuff like that with American dudes,
They're
I
expecting
feel like
something, yeah.
They-
and
oh,
I
you
feel like
They're hunting.
Yeah.
They're hunting.
they're hunting.
In parties
So
and
I
clubs,
yes,
Yeah.
so I
hunting.
feel like they attached to you, and I'm like,
Yeah.
this is not island
It's
men
not
are
that
so
they
used
Carnival,
to
you
this.
they're
got
saying if you're gonna
18 to
dance on,
58.
their mentality is if you're dancing on that means you want
them.
fuck.
You're coming home.
So
right,
you showing
right.
it. Yeah.
But in the Caribbean, it's different.
Yeah,
like
so- yeah.
our men are used to it. So
Exactly. Or when
Yeah.
you see people dancing like that, I remember because the first time I saw two people dancing like that, then the guy asked for the number. The girl's like, "No, thank you." I was like, "No, thank you. I thought you were going home with that man. Like, what the hell was that?"
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Like, if you don't
couples out
know,
there. There's couples out there.
Yeah,
if you don't know,
dancing
if you're not
with
know about the culture, yeah, you know what I'm saying.
And
You
then
like, oh, they
Carnival's
just
on a place
dancing.
where
Yeah.
women be naked.
Yeah, like how you said you're like a little bit of fear for you is being in crowds,
Mm-hmm.
and you a little bit you came over that fear like going to carnival. You said you needed the experience, and you
I don't know.
did
I
it.
came over it, but I did it for that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying, like when you go in restaurants and stuff, how do you sit? Like within a crowd? How do you sit in restaurants? Because Sam taught me something. Like, we had this class. I forgot what class it was, but it was definitely like a criminal justice
You
class.
gotta have a line to the exit.
Yeah.
You gotta sit close
So
to an exit.
Sam,
sit close
when
to
I
an
go
exit.
after Sam told me
It
about
doesn't, have
this.
to be, it doesn't have to be close to the exit,
Yeah.
but you have to have a line.
Yes.
To the
Exactly.
exit.
So
Yeah.
Sam taught
that's
me
how
that
I
when
sit.
he goes into restaurants and he goes into crowded places, like, he sits facing the door. So when I go out with people, even if I go on dates or whatever, I'm always like, I need to see. It's not paranoia. I just need to see the door.
You want to control the situation.
Yes, I
you
want
don't
to
want to
control
leave things up for
I
variables.
want to control the room and control the situation.
I,
Yes.
I don't have to, like, because you know
Yeah.
I don't like the ends.
Because it
but I need
doesn't
to
feel
be-
like paranoia to me.
Yeah.
You know,
It
it doesn't feel
doesn't.
like
It
feel like
doesn't.
paranoia.
It's
People are
awareness.
like,
But
oh, you're
listen,
paranoid.
but
Yeah.
listen,
Awareness.
for some people that aren't used to it and they don't think about things like this, because, you know, sometimes as a society we're reactive instead of being proactive. Exactly. So I want to be able to, like you said, control the room. So I've had situations where people are like, you're being paranoid. And I'm like, no, like, if something happens, I just want to be able to control the room and be able to, like, get the fuck out of here. Like, I need to get out of here.
Yeah.
On
Get
the
out.
blink of a
So when
second.
I go into restaurants and I'm sitting down, I'm dining and I'm eating, I need to be facing the door. And Sam taught me that. So shout out to you again, Sam.
Okay, Sam.
Sam, yeah.
Shout out to Pops, because he definitely taught me that. I always need to see. I need to know how many exits and where the exit is. I need to
Yeah.
see that shit.
I also don't like getting too fucked up when I'm out too.
Oh yeah, but that should be anybody.
Well, no,
Well, you know.
back in the
No.
day, you know, we used to. Oh, I'm getting fucked up.
Yeah, who
and
cares?
everything. But
Yeah.
I don't.
Not me personally.
I don't like.
Not me personally. 'Cause
Yeah,
I blacked
like
out
that.
once. And
Yeah, exactly.
I
I
don't
did
need
that
that.
once.
But you
I
know
didn't like
what,
that.
too?
Like someone had to bring me here and tell me
I
what
don't
happened
know
to me.
how
I
this
don't like that. I mean, what
happened.
could have happened? I could have got robbed. I could have got
Listen,
raped. I could have been.
yeah.
All kinds of
That's
stuff.
what
I
I'm
don't know what
saying.
I experienced that in Mississippi when we were
Okay.
mobilizing.
How old were you?
I was-
Before age 30?
I was 19.
Yeah, definitely.
I was 19.
You were definitely younger.
It was
Yeah.
one and done for me.
Yeah,
Tequila.
that's how it was. It was Grey Goose and pineapple juice. Never drink it again.
No,
Never drink it
vodka.
again.
What did I
My
say?
my choice of
Vodka.
listen.
What did
my,
I say? Clear.
Listen.
Yeah.
What did I say about clear?
Yeah, I don't do clear. I don't do
Clear
clear.
nigga.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Listen.
To this
Definitely
day.
Clear
pineapple
got
juice.
you
To
going
this day.
To
bananas.
this day.
To this
The
day.
smell of it. The
day.
smell
We
of
don't
it
fuck
gives
with
me,
clear.
gives me
Yeah.
nauseous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To this day.
I think you like clear.
No,
You can
he
take
drinks
it.
dark.
But
don't-
we
I don't
all
like clear.
do.
We drink it because we just drinking it.
Yeah,
No,
I'm a
but
shit
listen,
whatever,
we
but
all
I
do.
mean-
What are those?
Yeah, dark.
They all dark.
dark.
That's
Even
us.
when it comes to tequila, dark me, please.
Listen,
There you
we
go.
only
Pause.
the Lobos tequila by LeBron. We only had that because we wanted to support
Yeah,
black.
everybody want to drink Casamigos
Yeah.
and then they be outside stupid.
But let me tell you
Manners.
something. I worked in hospitality and in restaurants. I'm telling you, Casamigos used to sit on the shelf. It only became popular
Bruh.
during quarantine. I'm telling y'all, Casamigos used to sit on the shelf.
Facts.
Social media made it popular.
Yeah, 'cause
Nobody would be.
Everybody
yeah,
wanted Jose Cuervo.
exactly.
What was the other tequila that was popular at the time?
Well, hip hop makes a lot of
yeah.
liquor
They take one
popular.
person.
You're right.
Always.
You're right.
One
Definitely.
Always, yeah, they use
When
that.
I got back, man, everyone was drinking rosé in the club, and I was like, rosé
Yeah,
in the
rosé,
club?
yeah,
Like,
rosé,
what?
When did it
yes.
start?
I didn't.
Yes.
It was throwing me off. My boys, we drinking rosé. I said rosé.
Listen,
Why?
shout out to shout out to Ross.
They
Rose.
drinking champagne like
Definitely.
it's juice.
So you said when I got
And
back.
Moscato.
Yeah.
Every time
Another
I go,
Everything
sweets.
Moscato.
you go on a date with a young.
She want
sister,
Moscato.
She always
Moscato.
gonna get Moscato.
Sweet.
Sweet
She wants
shit.
something
Sweet
in the middle.
shit.
Sweet. I'm just saying she
Sweet
wants something in the
shit.
middle. Sweet. Back to what you said, like going out, like nobody. I don't think it's. I do not advise anyone to go out and black out.
Well,
It takes one
when
and
they
done.
were telling me the story, what was going through my head was like, man, if because I was with this one girl, she was a bartender.
When you woke up, was she there?
She was the one who brought me back to the base.
Okay.
You know, she was.
crazy.
I went out. I remember she had brought me. Like I ended up. I was on her couch. She was crying. She was straddled over me, and her I think roommate or friend or whatever was on the phone, and she was like, I don't know who she was talking. She's like, I don't know. We're trying to give him the bread. He's not eating the bread. And I'm like, they said you gotta keep giving him water. And you know, so I don't know who she was talking to. And then like she's slapped me in my face. She's crying and trying to get me to be coherent. And I was
Just
just
a vodka
like,
night?
You
boom.
were out of it. You were out.
And
of it.
and I went out, and then next thing I remember, I was being dragged uphill towards my barracks, because we snuck out, We snuck off base to get messed up. It was the last day of training. All training was done. We were about ready to ship off and go to Afghanistan. You know, I was young, and
So your training lasted how 2 years? Because remember, you enlisted You enlisted at age 17, right?
No. When you get deployed, you have a different type of training where you go for about a month or two. It's called mobilization, training. And where we were at Mississippi, so we would sneak off base.
Mississippi.
Tons on ton and
White
go out.
and
You go.
white.
And what's your favorite country that you've been to?
Thailand.
Thailand?
No, I'm sorry. My favorite country I've been to is Haiti. Hands down.
Yeah,
It ain't even a contest.
Yeah.
It ain't even a contest, man.
Damn.
We have
Listen,
waterfalls. We have waterfalls
Have
in
you
Haiti.
have you been home before?
I was a kid.
You were a kid, so you haven't been back. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I have friends from Haiti. Shout out to Fender. I have friends from Haiti that visit all the time.
Fender
Yeah.
and Lucky.
And they talk about how Haiti is so beautiful.
Yeah.
It is.
I
They
wanna
won't show it
visit.
on TV.
I would like to
Boston
visit.
Blair, all
I-
that, yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
I do not look down on Haitians at all. I feel like Haitians are one of the hardest working people on earth. To me, and I work around a lot. I worked around a lot of Haitians, you know, at OG.
My best friends, male and female, both Haitian.
Yeah, see,
And
The
I'm right
first-
across the water. I'm Dominican, so
Some-
we cool
Yeah,
people.
no, we're neighbors.
We
absolutely,
neighbors.
We're neighbors.
absolutely.
The
Are you
only
Dominican?
Dominican,
In
Bahamian,
Dominican,
Guyanese.
in DR, they're gonna call you Haitian. I tell you that
Yeah,
right now. Those
fact.
shit,
Yeah.
That's a
they'll
fact.
kick you out of DR,
Yeah.
send you back to Haiti.
Yeah.
You've never been to Haiti. You don't speak no Creole. And they're gonna be like, you gotta go back to
gotta
Haiti.
go back.
Have you visited being older?
What?
Haiti. Have you visited Haiti being
I go
older?
to Haiti all the time. Last
Okay.
time I was in Haiti was in January.
See?
I can't go I would like to. I was trying to go back, but it's so bad right now and everything. And I still go when it's bad for the most part, but right now it's real bad.
But
Almost home.
I feel like it's different for you because you're able to protect yourself
Yeah.
in case of any situation. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I remember because when I went in January, they're like, Smith, oh my God, they're kidnapping. I was like, I'm not a target. I don't
Yeah.
look like a target.
How do you feel about the situation that went down with was he your president or
Yeah, it was the
your
president.
president? How did you feel about
That was
the situation?
heartbreaking.
It was crazy.
That was heartbreaking. That was the president for the people. And, it depends on what version of the story you get. We're all limited to whatever we're
Information.
taught and everything like that for the most part, and whatever information that you fed. But that man, I know because being in Haiti myself, I seen what he did, especially in the north. Now, if the Haiti is different, the setup of it is different. When people go to Haiti and what people see Haiti, what they show in the news and everything, a lot of that is the South.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's Port-au-Prince. You know what I'm saying? Pétionville. That's where everybody's at. But the North is just a completely different part of Haiti.
So do you feel like they show kind of sometimes they show the rural area of places and the poor places?
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel? I'm pretty sure there's different places of Haiti
Yeah.
that they can show. but
There's
they just chose
resorts.
to show
There's
that
resorts
Yeah.
in these spots, like legit.
Well,
like
that's the thing too. But at the same time, okay, it's a double-edged sword. They show, and they show the fucked up parts, the
Yeah.
gutter parts, and the real poor parts. Yes, or what we would deem or consider poor. You know what I'm saying? Like Port-au-Prince looks like a straight trash can. It just looks real bad. Every time I go to Port-au-Prince, it looks worse and worse. One time it was getting better looking. I was like, okay, around the airport it looked more cleaner, and then I went back again, and then it looked worse again. But north, man, it's just so beautiful, so scenic. The people are different too. But what they show is like the gutter parts. But then when you see the Haitians or the diaspora, when they go to Haiti, they're like, oh, I'm in Haiti. They show the resorts and
Yeah.
everything like that,
Yeah.
the Cameron and everything like that. That too is still not actually Haiti.
Yeah.
So when people are like, oh, I've been to Haiti, I'd be like, no, you haven't. You went to
The tourist side.
you went to Decameron, you went to Wahoo Bay, you went
remember,
You went- yeah.
Remember
You know.
we talked about this, we talked about visiting places and what side you want to see when we visit places. Like you were talking about Punta Cana and all of those places. And I was like,
Punta
when I go
Cana's
to
nice.
places, I like to go with people. Like we about to be in New York next week. Like I want to go to New York with people that know the place.
and you want to see New York.
So I want to see New York.
Yeah.
And you can only get that experience from a native person.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's why I tell people, if you're gonna travel, you gotta Airbnb it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta be Airbnb it. Like
Yeah.
when I was in San Andreas on that island, you're like, you got town.
Yeah.
They call it town. That's
Yeah.
where all the tourists are. They were like, oh, you want to stay in town? I'm like, nah, man, I want to see the island.
I want
Yeah.
to see the
You know what I'm
countryside.
saying?
Me too.
I want to see
Me
the
too.
water.
Me
Man,
too.
I have
That's
so much
how I
fun
am.
like that because that's how I am. I'm adventurous like that
Yeah.
too, you know.
Yeah.
And
I ain't trying to come here to shop
Yeah.
and stuff. I want to see.
exactly.
Yeah.
And then not only that, the food you getting, they cater it to tourists.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's you thinking,
Exactly.
ooh, this is Bahamas.
It's not. It's
Oh,
No,
not.
you're
so
at
good.
you at what is it?
Atlantis.
Yeah,
There you go,
exactly.
yeah.
And that shit's like there's no
That's
salt in
nothing.
it.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
I
No,
want to
man.
be in your
You want
backyard.
to go into the little towns.
Yeah.
Like when I went to LA for Nipsey Hussle concert, that was like the third time I've been to LA, but I was able to visit with somebody that was from LA, and they were taking me to the little places like places where they shot movies in LA, like staple places. Like when I listen to songs, I was telling them that when I listen to songs, like certain artists, when they make music, the songs that they make take you back to cultural places.
Yeah.
So if I'm listening to Zoe Dallas or somebody, like he'll talk about Haiti and stuff like that, and I'll be like, I want to visit that place.
Yeah.
I want to visit. Like, and think about it. The food is better in a town.
Yes,
I'm
that's what I was
telling
telling
you.
people. Yeah,
Always.
The food
you
is
go to
better in
Puerto
town.
Rico. I was like, man, listen, we can't stay in Old San Juan the
Yeah,
entire
true.
damn time.
True.
And you eating that food, you're like, yo, those mofongos are trash. The shit
Yeah.
is stale and it's it's no salt.
Yeah.
But you go out there into like
The town.
like Fajardo or something like that, or whatever. Man,
The
you're like,
back-
yo, this
back
is
roads
this is
and-
what
This
I'm
is
talking
it
about.
right
This is
here.
chimichurri
This is
right
it.
here, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the
Yeah.
people and everything. That's how you experience. When I was in Mexico, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, so I people look at some of the stuff I post on my social media. Girls are like, "Oh, I want to travel with you, Smith." I was like, "Do you really?" Because it's different.
Yeah.
Because if you're gonna travel with me, like first time I went to Haiti, there was where we slept. There was no AC, and we didn't shower with like running water.
Yeah.
We had to get a boy sent a boy out to the well. He brought over a bucket
water,
of water.
yeah.
And you
Exactly.
get the bucket and you wash yourself
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
If you're about that kind of experience, you can come with me.
Yeah.
If you're gonna be complaining about the flies
Yeah.
and the heat,
Uh-oh.
it's not gonna work.
How many
Listen.
countries have you been to?
I've been to a lot. I can't even count them. I ain't gonna lie.
What was one of the best places you've been to? Haiti is first. Second best place or third best place you've been
Thailand.
Yeah.
Oh, I had a time of my life in Thailand. They treated us like
to?
kings.
Talisha said the same thing.
They treated us
Thailand
like
was
kings.
one
I
of
was
the
gonna say
They don't
they
need a lot of money.
they like black dudes in
They
Thailand.
love black dudes.
And you don't need a lot of money.
Oh my
love
God!
black
Listen, he didn't say
They love
black,
black dudes.
women or people. He said they love black dudes.
They love black because
I mean,
I'll be
shit.
honest with you. When I was in Thailand, I didn't even see any dudes, man.
Really,
It's-
all women?
Yeah.
So the ratio
yeah.
was crazy.
And
The ratio is crazy.
listen.
And plus, the men are always working or
Yeah.
doing something or
Yeah.
whatever or something for the most part. They're never like out on the scene like that because they're just busy doing whatever the hell they're doing. Life tells them they gotta do.
Yeah, and do you feel like they catered to the men? Do you feel like
Almost definitely.
Yeah.
There was this one girl, man. I woke up, man. She had did my laundry and stuff, folded it in like
Really?
this perfect little square crease and everything like that. It was.
you fell in
was
love?
insane.
You fell in
You gonna
love.
find
Let
your
me tell you
50-50.
something. There was
Thailand.
no.
In
Let me tell you
Thailand,
something. Let me
right?
tell you something. Thailand.
Okay,
Let me
I
tell you
like
something.
this.
And you're
Yeah.
a big black man.
What's up?
They're gonna love you, man. Because me, how tall are you?
6'3".
You 60. Oh my God. They thought I was a basketball player out there.
Yeah, I was
You
gonna
know
say, I'm
that?
gonna tell everyone.
What?
He's like, I was a young.
They thought I was because everyone's short.
Yeah.
Everyone's petite. You know and
Everyone
everything.
like
How tall are
5'7"
you?
now.
I'm 5'11".
Okay.
You know, and everyone thought I was a basketball player and everything like that. And if you go out there, man, they're gonna look at you like because when we got there, 50 Cent had just performed out there. The girls went crazy and stuff. And when they see black people out there, because if you see a black person in Thailand, you gotta have money to be able to go travel to Thailand.
Yeah.
You know, a black American. Excuse me, a black
No,
American.
yeah.
They really don't like. They really don't give the show same love for Africans for some. You know.
Okay.
It's different, but something about a black American man, because the only thing they know about black American people is what they see on TV. And you want to know what they watch on TV with
America
black
sees
American
money,
people?
music.
They watch music videos. And when they
Theater,
see black Americans
flame.
on music videos, they throwing their money, they flossing it. So they think that you that guy, you
Yeah.
that baller
Yeah.
guy. So my boy, they thought he was a rapper. They thought I was a basketball player.
That's crazy.
Manny,
automatically.
you want
They
to be
were
for
showing
the
you
Dolphins
love.
or the Giants? Like
We
what we gonna
going.
say when I
We
say
going.
like, yo, that's my dog. He played for the Dolphins.
Everywhere we
lost
went
to
was
Jacksonville.
VIP.
I'm gonna say, yeah,
Everywhere
okay.
we went was VIP. It was crazy. I remember we were hanging with this one lady. She worked for the King of Thailand. She just took us to all the high upscale clubs and stuff like that. It was crazy.
Let's
man.
go.
5-star restaurants. It was beautiful.
Let's
they
go.
spoiled us.
Go.
They really did
The
spoil
flight
us.
is expensive as fuck, but you don't need
Yeah,
a lot
the
of
flight
money.
It's
is
worth
expensive
it,
as
but
hell.
it's worth it.
Yeah,
But it's worth it.
I'm
And
with it.
you want to know why a lot of people do go to Thailand? Is because
Probably the cost of the dollar.
the cost of the dollar was one, yeah, but pussy is cheap. You could pay for it. You could pay for it. It's
What?
cheap.
Hey,
It's
highlight
cheap.
that, bud.
You could get you. You
Time
could get
stamp
you.
51.53.
You could get you. You
Pussy
could
is
get
cheap.
you. You could get you a nice, good-looking chick. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm talking about like a dime piece, but you don't understand. Like I'm not just saying that she's good-looking. I'm
No,
talking
no,
about
no,
a
no.
dime, and
That's
it's like
the episode name,
$20
right?
bucks.
I was gonna say, so it's not the
Pussy
40.
is
It's not the
cheap?
$40.
It's not the same way as it is over here because people are like, oh man, and it's the way I was brought up. I was like, I don't pay for pussy, it's me. You know what I'm saying? Over there, that's like an
Yes.
insult if you're not giving them money.
Yeah,
like you
just
know what I'm
like
saying? 'Cause
DR, I
that's
told
the
you,
business
like
and stuff.
DR.
Yeah.
I'll
You're
take
supposed
you
to
up
you're
the
supposed to
street.
break them off. You're supposed to break them off. But here's what I'm trying to explain to you. If you are a black man going over there, you do not have to pay for pussy. Is what I'm trying to explain to you. You're gonna find women out there because they want to be with you. They want to be
Yes,
around with
they
you and
wanna
stuff.
be
like
around
that.
with you while you
They are
spending
going
money.
to break serious bread
They-
on you, bro.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Man. Like
Thailand.
the way
But
they
you gotta be
treated
careful
me out
they're
there.
trying to come to the States, boy.
It
Well-
spoiled me. It really did spoil me. I remember when I came back to the States, I didn't know how to react to this.
Yeah.
I was like, why you got
and
me
DR,
like that?
and
It's
DR,
me.
they line up, boy. They line up ready,
Yeah.
boy.
And who's
And you
serious about
said-
this citizenship?
You said the young lady had a perfect folded crease in your laundry, right?
Did my,
Shit
I
different.
woke up. I don't even know when she had the time to do it. When I woke up, she had did my laundry. I was like, how'd you even find my laundry like that? She did my laundry and it was folded in a perfect square. My
See?
shirts, my pants, everything justified.
This was Thailand.
60-40.
Yeah.
Yeah, Thailand. Yeah.
And I remember when I went
60-40?
to the shower, she gave me,
Nah.
she washed me down. I remember she had like, you know, like Coming to America.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what
I came,
I
you
look
know,
at you like that.
That's exactly what
She
came to my
bathed you?
mind. Bathed me, and I was just standing there like this, and she was squatting down, and she was scrubbing on my meat and everything like that.
And
she
what
was,
happened after?
well, obviously I beat again, but still, it was like the treatment. I was like, this is dope. I remember thinking in my head, I was like, yo, my boys is just not gonna believe this, man. It was crazy.
We going to
We
Thailand.
go to Thailand.
Nah, man.
Yo, the next episode we
that's
should
why you
do
see a lot of
Thailand.
The
guys.
next episode is gonna be shot in Thailand.
They
I'm
fall in
manifesting
love.
that shit
They fall in
now.
love. Okay, put it like this.
What the
There was
fuck?
this club that we went through in Pattaya. I
Wait.
busted my Cartier watch. But it was okay because a girl there bought me
Small
that Cartier
flex.
watch.
Wow.
When I tell you the women there
Small
spoil you.
flex.
Listen, there's this one girl. That's where I changed up my dress code to because I come from like the hood in Palm Beach. So every time I wore a short sleeve shirt, it would always be way past the elbows. Everything was
Okay.
baggy for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
So this girl was like, "Listen, you got muscles. You know, da, da, da.
Show 'em
you
off.
should wear
Show 'em off, yeah.
like the little clothes that cut off your biceps."
Just
So
make
she
sure
was
you can
showing me
breathe.
this one shirt over there, like this Lacoste shirt.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? It was a collar shirt, little tight little fit thing. I said, man, I don't wear that shit.
Was it a polo? Was it a polo or
polo
a button
shirt.
up? It was a
A
polo.
polo.
Yeah, polo.
It was nice. You know, it was a
But you
pink
got
shirt.
Of course,
But you
of
got
course.
it.
Listen,
No, I didn't.
No?
I didn't. So
Nah.
what she did was she went and bought it and
For
bought
you.
4 other shirts for me.
listen. Lacoste is money.
Thailand.
Lacoste is money.
Yeah,
That's
Lacoste
not
is
the
nice. I got
listen.
Lacoste.
That's not the regular polo.
No. But
That's
still.
not the big horse.
No.
No plain Jane.
That's not- that's not- that's not-
That's the
That's
logo,
luxury.
Yeah.
the
No.
staple
Little gator.
logo. Yes.
Little gator. You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
$100
Yes.
pop.
She bought
you
me
know?
4 shirts like
Something
that.
light.
And like, and then I went walking around with it because she bought it. I had to walk around with it, and I was like, bro, I like it, and I started rocking it like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
What color was it?
It was a pink shirt. She got me to wear a
knew
pink
it.
shirt.
I
And
knew it was
pink?
pink. I
Yeah.
knew it was pink.
She had a pink
I
one.
knew
It was a
it
pink one, a
pink.
blue one,
Pastel
stripe
colors.
one, and a green one.
But
See?
Chico niggas love Lacoste.
Yeah.
In high school,
Yeah.
that's all they fucking wear. With the, and they got the little fucking the collar
Yeah.
bent up.
But see,
It was
I
the
knew-
women there that changed my dress
But
code.
listen, I knew it was
Yeah,
pink.
that's
It
how I
had
was.
to be pink.
It was the women that changed, and I'm not gonna lie. I was like, man, like everything they put me on, I was like,
But
that
you
was
know
up.
what? That's a good culture because it's certain cultures that, you know, women spoil their men. Ladies,
Oh yeah.
spoil
Not
your
American
men.
though.
Whoa. Yeah. I was
Listen.
gonna
Not
say.
America though.
I'm not
60-40.
American.
Right?
No.
Yeah.
From the
60-40.
Bahamas.
It's a little bit.
242
I'm
347.
confused
Ladies,
right now.
spoil your men.
Who are you?
Yeah.
Listen.
Right?
Right.
Right.
I'll be honest with you, because like in America, they teach you if you spoil the man or if you submit, because the word submit has a negative connotation. You
Let's
submit to
go.
a man in America.
But
You
it
submit-
shouldn't though.
Let's go.
But it does. It
'Cause
does
like
historically. It does have a negative connotation. You have to understand, feminism is really big in
Yeah,
America.
it is.
And feminism really did mess up a lot of homes. People don't know that. Because what it told the woman was like, yo, you don't need to be with them. But really what it was like, what it should have been was, you don't need to deal with that abusive man. You
Yeah.
don't need to deal with that man who demeans you or anything like that. They went all above it and went all through it and told you, you don't need a man at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
listen,
And to submit is a biblical thing.
it's
to be
an-
submissive.
it puts a
Preach.
negative connotation around that. But
Huh?
like you said in the beginning, that's for an abusive man or a man that
Demeans you. Yeah.
that demeans you, you know? That's not of a man that's deserving of that, you know? Because like we said, episode 4 and 5, who are us women? Who are we submitting to, you know?
That's another thing too. I run into
Someone with a
American girls.
plan.
American girls say they want to submit to a man because that's a natural
They
thing
wanna
in a woman
submit
to
to a
want to
man
submit.
of dominance.
But they say a man who is deserving. I always get in there. It's like when you say a man that's deserving, what does that mean? And then they start labeling all these things because in
Yeah.
America, you know, you be like, oh, you want this, this,
Yeah.
and you name something of some
Yeah.
guy who's in like the top 13%.
It's
or
monetary.
something.
Yeah.
Monetary, exactly. It's what you
Yeah.
can do, what you can provide. But then I remember someone else was upset. Like you look at a Mexican family.
Yeah.
You know, you see this guy, he's working out in the field and stuff like that for like $6 an hour and cutting
his
up and
woman
doing all this
doing
stuff
all
and painting
kind of shit for
fences
him.
and everything like that or whatever. He comes home, his woman cooks some hot meals and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Happy
bathes
as
him,
hell.
washes his clothes,
5
takes care of him,
kids.
caters to him and everything like that. Treats
Yeah.
him like a king.
Yeah.
How is he getting that treatment? That's culture because she decides that he is deserving.
And they
Yeah.
live in America.
But you
they
gotta...
and they live in fucking
But listen,
America.
but you gotta watch out
Thailand.
for
It's
the
a
culture.
culture.
Yeah.
You gotta watch
a
out
culture.
for it's culture. It's also a culture shock too, because in the islands we were raised different. You know.
Exactly.
America-
Listen, we cook for our
fucking
men.
up.
Exactly.
We cook. I don't know about you girls, but I cook. I
Well,
know how to cook.
Something, I don't know, there's something about it. Like women just feel like, oh, I ain't cooking for someone.
No,
like,
no.
like,
I'm gonna tell you this right now. Like, I feel like it's a social media pressure and presence too, with listening to certain female rappers that they say like, I want a nigga with a bag and I want this and I want that. That the nigga could pay for a chef and the nigga could do this and do that. Like you said, like
and
what are
get
you
rid of
bringing?
the fundamentals
like
of
the
a
fundamentals,
relationship.
and what are you bringing to the relationship?
What are you bringing to the
What do you-
Exactly.
let me tell you something. Here's what I was getting to. When people be like, "Oh, if he's deserving, if he's deserving," let me tell you something. If you're fucking with this man, he's deserving.
Absolutely.
Why
Yeah.
are you fucking with the dude
If
that's
he's
not
not.
deserving?
Absolutely.
What type of thing do you have to go out and see? And that's another thing too with fellas too.
Yeah.
Fellas be like, man, I don't know. I gotta see, man. If she worth it. If she worth it. If you're fucking with this girl, she's
She
worth
worth
it.
it, yeah.
What the hell else you looking for and
Yeah.
stuff like that? That's what's
Yeah.
messed up.
But listen, is it worth it? Like, why are we giving our time to people that are not worth it? Like you said, like if you fucking with the person,
Because they want
Give
more.
it.
It's a bunch of
Some
miseducation.
niggas-
Because
you're
we
right.
don't know how to
It's a bunch of
date.
Niggas are
miseducation.
but
greedy.
listen,
Black,
are
black
your
family is different in America. You have
Yeah.
to understand, and that's a whole bunch of. There's a history because of the history of it with chattel slavery,
Yeah.
all the way back, rooted back from
Yeah.
chattel slavery. It was never a sense of family and everything like that. So no one knows the roles that they're
Yeah.
supposed to play.
There's no base of
And on
origin.
top of that, we was taken from somewhere else. We was taken from Africa, and the way of the black family is, or the way the black man and the black woman, we're going off.
No,
subject
no,
here.
go ahead.
Nah, it's
Go
all
ahead.
good.
How we
It's all
procreate,
good.
We love
how
it.
we build a family.
Exactly the way we address each other, the way we our relationship with each other was different
Yeah.
in Black Africa
Yeah.
than it is in the white man's world and everything.
Yeah.
But the thing is, now we're here and we function under the white man's world, under the white man's rules and stuff like that, with the standards and everything like that, and we're taught to go and do it through that. Naturally, that does not fit us,
Yeah.
and that's why you see we struggle on some of the things that they do.
Question: did you grow up with your mother cooking in your household?
Of course.
Did you grow up with your mother cooking in your household?
Of course.
I did as well.
My
Did you
grandmother.
grow up in your mother cooking in your
grandmother.
Every
household?
day.
My
We didn't have
grandmother
leftovers.
Yeah.
See?
It was three
What is
boys,
leftovers?
3 boys, and then my pops and my mom. So it was like
Yeah.
it's fine.
Did you see
food was gone.
like do certain cultures are certain cultures used to their mother providing that foundation?
Yeah, the
You get what
mothers
I'm
hold the mothers
Hold down the
But
house.
a lot of cultures aren't used to, well, American culture, I don't think they're used to their mother providing that foundation to bring money home and to also be like, I'm
To
gonna
do
cook
both.
and I'm to do both.
My pops
Yeah.
used to
That's what I'm
cook
saying.
too.
I don't
Every
feel
now
like
and then.
I don't feel like Americans have a culture.
You're
Culture
right.
to me is your way of life.
Yeah.
Yes.
Looking out for
Yeah.
your next partner. It's
Yeah.
military based. Looking
All
out
of
for
my
your next
cultures.
person.
Yeah.
Listen,
If
my
you can
culture.
go out of town and your neighbor literally watches your house, take your mail,
Yeah.
go in your house, and you trust that nigga,
Yeah.
that's culture, the
Yeah.
upbringing.
Yeah.
Americans,
Listen.
you can't
Yeah.
trust that shit.
But listen,
It's influence.
yeah. But listen, my cultural influence
that
came
influence.
from growing up in the Bahamas. That's my cultural influence right there.
Yeah. But yeah,
Like
we
I've
all
heard about
great.
certain African families that are used to cooking. They're the women of the household. They cook their meals when a man comes home from working a hard labor. The food is on the table and the man eats.
Yeah.
Like our
We
certain
don't eat dinner
our-
until
listen,
Pop-Pop
our
comes
certain
home.
women, our certain women used to
Deadass.
that accustomed. No.
I was raised when anybody, my father or mother walked through the door, you get up, you greet your
You
parents.
get
Yeah.
up and you greet.
You greet your
Yeah.
parents.
Everyone
You help
in the
them.
room.
Yeah,
Everyone.
You greet everyone.
They
That's
don't do
why
that. Them kids
anywhere
these days
I am,
don't
I
do
speak.
that. Yeah.
I speak, and they're like, especially females, because
Exactly.
okay, I get it. You're not safe in these days.
Yeah.
But like when you speak to someone, man, woman, like just speak back, bro. It's just proper etiquette. It's
Yeah.
But
Just,
listen,
niggas
it's
just
not
literally
even
don't
like
say nothing.
I feel like whatever you give your energy to, you're gonna reciprocate it, you know? So for females, like you said, like they weren't used to that. Like I feel like if you give your energy to that, it's gonna come back to you onefold.
Yeah.
It will. Yeah. It will. But that's true though. I agree with you.
yeah.
Listen,
and
I had my mom cooked at home.
yeah.
I'm cooking
My
at
mom
home.
cooked at home too. Yeah.
I'm cooking at home and I'm eating.
And it's okay if you don't know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but you can learn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can
Nigga,
definitely
you got
learn.
Google, you got YouTube.
So
I'm judging.
I've told people. I was like, listen, you gotta have to put.
Like,
in
bro,
work,
you can't
like-
wash a dish for a nigga. I'll wash it.
My friends always tease me that when I go out to restaurants, like I like to pick 5-star places, and I'm like, no, I just like to go to places like we are all from the islands. I like to go to places where we have taste.
Yeah.
We're from the islands. We like taste.
But
we
these
like
5-star
seasoning.
places don't necessarily mean they
Listen,
cook it
the
right.
5-star.
right.
No
Listen,
salt.
the 5-star
salt.
places that I
No
picked
salt.
are nice.
For real.
The chefs
No
are
Maggi.
A1.
Yeah.
These
No,
chefs
I've
have
been eating with you.
listen.
No,
These
You got
need to leave
expensive
that Maggie
taste.
alone.
I like it.
but the
It's not even
places.
expensive taste. It's like you enjoy.
Yeah, like you enjoy the taste.
the-
And listen, I've
vibe.
never gotten a compliment that a restaurant I chose was bad. I'm looking through the comments. I'm looking through like it might be a women's thing, but I'm looking through everything and I'm picking. I'm
Yeah.
not going for expensive. I'm just going for experience.
Experience.
And if we're
Quality.
gonna like
And quality.
quality, exactly.
Quality. That's
How do you
it.
know that? And this is without you having never ate at that restaurant before.
Oh,
You
she
can pick a
did
restaurant like that.
research.
I can definitely pick
So
a
do
restaurant.
research.
Like last year, my each year, like since 2015, I've been doing dining at restaurants for my birthday. My birthday is actually tomorrow.
Hey, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Big KB in the building.
No Plain Janes. Yeah, and I picked restaurants that every year it gets better with compliments. Like all of my friends said, this is the best steak I've had. This is the best lobster I've had. Like, listen, and us from the islands, we know lobster. We looking for the orange. We looking for the red.
Right. What is this
We looking
fucking
for the yellow.
This fucking
We looking for the big inch.
fucking small
At
frozen
least-
bite fucking
Exactly.
lobster.
At least 7 to 8
that
inch
shit
lobster.
fucking trash.
Thank you. And we
I
like
get
taste.
tight.
We like taste.
I'm a chef. I cook. So
Yeah.
Chef
So
Fresh.
I've gotten opinions from friends that they tell me all the time I'm bougie and everything, but I'm like, did you guys like the restaurant? And they're like, this is the best restaurant ever. And I'm like, I'm looking to supersede that every year. And sometimes I don't know. I just try the place and I'm like, each year we go, it's like, it's bomb. Top
if you
notch.
dating KB, bring that bag because you finna eat.
But I bring the bag too.
Nah,
Let's keep
I'm
that
a
in.
fan of-
Automatic
I'm a
gratuity
fan of-
on that
You
check.
don't go cheap on the food.
Nah, definitely. You
No, you
shouldn't.
can't. It's an
I'm a fan of
experience.
You
that.
shouldn't.
You can.
I like
Fan of
that.
that.
I
You
like
don't go
that.
cheap on food.
Well, I'm finna
That's what
eat
you put
jambalaya
that-
everywhere.
You put it in your body. You don't go cheap in your food.
Olive
I like
Garden.
that.
We gonna eat
I
Olive
say
Garden?
that because I know people who pushing big body Benzes and then they eating at the fast food restaurant
You're
at
right.
McDonald's. It
You're
makes
right.
no
Come on,
sense
bro.
to
You're
me.
right. You're right.
Places
Your
where they
kids-
put my food
you
in the
say like, oh, I
microwave.
take care of my kids. I buy my kids Jordans and stuff like that, but you feed them fast food. This is
Hot
not
dogs
this is
and
not
shit,
adding up.
yeah.
Hot dogs is- yeah, you messing it up.
Broke
you starting the
mindset.
wrong way. You would impress me even more if you had the Toyotas and you kept feeding them at the Whole Foods.
Let's go.
What's that? No
Let's
Plain
go.
Janes.
No Plain Janes.
Thank you.
Quality over quantity.
Correct.
Always.
Fuck you
Correct.
mean.
But Manny, you from New York, right? Like a
I'm from
little bit
Jersey.
background, Jersey.
So
So
I
when
have
we,
family in New York.
so you see, like I told you about going to Rolling Loud. Like next week we will be.
We
at
going to
Rolling
Queens,
Loud.
baby.
We going to Queens.
Met
And like I
Life.
said-
Met Stadium.
Yes.
It's nice, okay. I
Shout
love
out to you,
Queens,
Andy.
actually. That's what I'm saying.
And
I
like
love
I said,
Queens.
like I like
I
to
love
visit
Queens.
places that I go with people that are from certain places. So listen, I'm definitely looking forward to you
I'm gonna be
showing
excited
me
too. It's been
your
like-
staple places.
It's been a minute since I've been back home. Like 5
And
or 6 years.
listen.
That's what's up. That's
Listen,
what's up.
you my co-host. I'm not one of those broke bitches. If we gotta spend money, we gonna spend those
I'm
money.
not worried about
you
that.
listen. You always tell me
Listen.
don't be bougie, but if we gotta spend money,
No.
I definitely. I'm not one of those broke
when it
bitches
comes-
that's begging.
No. When it comes to like going out of town, for sure. Like, if you're gonna go somewhere, you can't be trying to
Yeah,
pocket watch or
you
pinch
can't.
a penny.
No.
You
Experience
can't be
is
trying to-
priceless.
Definitely,
What is
definitely.
budgeting when you're going out of town? You
True.
don't. You're not
Experience that
from
shit,
there.
Yeah,
To
Facts.
experience
Facts.
something.
Experience
that doesn't
that
make
shit, yeah.
sense. You're gonna get it back. Money is nothing.
I'm
man.
also a fan of not taking so much pictures and stuff, man.
live in the moment.
But you know what?
Enjoy
I
yourself.
post pictures, but I have an album of pictures because my mom.
No, but you
used-
do that later.
No, I'm just
do that
saying.
later.
My mom has an album of pictures that I was young that I don't post on social media. We just have it for like a family moment. Like I
Yeah,
can
you
show
gotta
my
have that
I can
receipt.
show my
fault.
family
You
and
know
I
what
can
I'm
show
saying?
my
Like,
kids it.
no
But on
memory.
social media, I move different. Like listen, I've had like 2016, 17 where I showed off a lot of things that
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't care
show
too
off
anymore.
now.
I
Like
don't care.
Like I'm used to it now.
I
So I
don't
don't
care.
I don't care. I'm used to it. So listen, when we go to New York, we might show like I've seen people that show like they're at a concert for like 2 hours. They
Yes.
show the whole 2 hours of the concert.
They sitting there
Listen,
recording their concert. That's
Yes.
what I'm talking about.
Like,
That's
yo,
what
were you
I'm talking
watching
about.
the show?
Take more exactly. You're not
Yeah.
experiencing it no more. You sitting there. You too
Yes.
busy recording it.
Yes.
Like we was at the waterfalls. I've seen it on both sides, Canada side and the American side. I went and
Yeah.
saw it twice. It's actually better on the Canada side.
Word?
Yeah. So
that
and
the
there's
one with the
people
colors?
the entire time you just you can experience this thing if you just
You're
sit
right.
there and watch.
And then if
it.
the water hit their phone and they fall, they
Now
they're
you
over.
miserable. You didn't
Now
like the
you
trip.
miserable.
You didn't like the trip.
It was trash.
yeah.
Okay, are you trying to post to show off what you're doing for influence, or are you trying to post like listen? Because certain things,
Those are basic people.
yeah. But I'm saying like certain things I do, I just save to my camera roll for me.
Yeah.
Well, that's another thing too.
Yeah.
I don't think all of it is for like
Yeah.
posting for
Yeah.
doing it for the likes.
But
and
like you
everything
said,
like
I
that.
don't do that anymore. I've had that like my younger years. 2016, 2017, I did that with relationships and then going to restaurants and then showing off certain
Don't care
shit.
for it.
I'm over
Not
it.
at
I'm
all.
older now. I'm
Well,
over it.
What about the
Don't care
people
for
who
it.
take the picture of their food every time they go to a
Like,
nice
bitch,
restaurant?
Yeah, wait.
I'm-
Don't eat your food.
The
Bitch,
thing is-
I'm paying. Let me
no,
eat my
exactly. No,
food.
let me like. What is that? What do you think that looks like? If I come out with you, we at a nice restaurant, and I'm courting you, and you sit across from me. We about to get to this food coming, all right? And I
You
look
say,
over at the table,
flash,
and I see you
flash,
sitting there.
flash.
But you know what? I will say this. I will speak for people that do this. I do that, but when I post it, I tag the place, and people have told me that they tried the restaurant and it was good.
I don't care.
But
to do it.
I've had people that told me I should create a food page other than the podcast. Create a food page to get recommendations on
to
certain
get
places
paid.
that they fit.
You gonna be doing all
to
that?
get paid.
Get paid from it.
But they told me I should do this to get paid.
Cause if I'm with you, I'm gonna eat my food. I ain't
Yeah.
got time waiting.
I'm eating my
for
food.
no
It's gonna be a bite missing
Oh
from
no!
that
What they
pit.
stopping you from eating your food? When they
Yes,
gotta take the
nigga.
picture of
Hold
your
on,
plate
we
too?
gotta get a plate. Put the
Nah,
position.
nah.
No, nigga, I'm finna eat my food.
They don't ever get the
Fuck you
picture of the
mean?
person
Yeah.
who's paying for it.
No, it's the
hungry.
arm. It's just the arm.
How's your mental now, and compared to how your mental was in the military?
Well, I'd say my mental is pretty sound and pat. I'm functional and everything like that. There were moments where like it would seem like I was in trouble or something, but it's it's pretty sound. I got a good understanding of everything. I realize what it is, what it is, and how big the world is. There were certain things that I ran into in the military, and don't get me wrong, I really, overall, I feel like the experience that I got in the military benefited me, like, huge, because there's no way I would be, the person that I am today,
Did a lot of those skills like transition over, like when you were like military to a civilian?
Most stuff. Anytime I'm involved in a project, anytime like even at like in the corporate job that I have now, I just have that. When I see some lackluster going on or someone not knowing what they're doing, I just boom, automatically assume lead and take control and boom, 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 and they can see it too. And it's huge. You feel like you can when you wake up in the morning and you feel like you can take on anything. It doesn't matter where you're at or what position you're at or what your mental state is at. If you have that mentality, it's easy to put your foot forward and put your chest up high and go out into the world, because it's no matter what's going to be thrown out to you and when you walk out that door, you're going to be ready for it. You're just going to be ready for it. You just know it.
Yeah. And was that because of the Coast Guard? Like they helped you get to that? Like
National Guard.
No, yeah, partially, yeah, because there's like you conquer so many things. You really soup up yourself. You really believe that stuff, and you really feel that you're ready for all that stuff.
Yeah.
Do you feel like your perception has changed after the fact of joining the National Guard
Perception
Army?
on what?
Perception on life, like joining, then you talk about being inside, and then you talk about going outside.
Yeah, definitely.
Got it.
Definitely. Sure. All phases. It's still changing. It's still changing right now.
Because each year I feel like it's probably every year or 2-3 years, it's a different version of ourselves. Yeah. We grow.
Mm-hmm.
You learn from certain situations. Like the 2000 Smith is definitely different from the 2003, 2006, 2008, 2009 Smith.
A lot can happen in a year.
That guy was Smitty. The guy was partying in Thailand. That was
19-year-old Smith is definitely 17-year-old is definitely different from 19-year-old.
Right, you heard him. He wanted to black out.
Yeah, 19-year-old is definitely different from 25, right?
Big time.
Listen. What year did you experience Thailand?
Well, yeah, I experienced Thailand.
Yes.
I was 19.
So wow.
Lit. He's lit.
At 19.
I lost my mind.
You have to understand, like, what that does for, like, a kid, man.
Yeah.
Nigga, I can see the world.
I matured real early in life.
Got you.
Which is why, like, and I was always drawn to older women.
Okay.
And the reason why they couldn't tell what my age was because of how mature I was. I was always, and like people around my age, like, or women around my age, it just didn't fascinate
But you know what? Shout out to your mom and shout out to your dad. You had both parents in the household, correct?
Up until
present.
Up until I graduated high school. My father died when I graduated.
Okay,
my condolences.
My condolences, yes. But I'm just saying, like, you had a great foundation. Great foundation.
Yeah.
It was decent. Yeah. No, I think it was impeccable. Yeah. Like, great foundation for you. I think it was a great foundation.
And I appreciate you serving. I appreciate you.
But I got one random question for you. Like, my homeboy used to always tell me, like, yo, he's so happy that now that he's out of the military, he doesn't have to shave his face no more.
That's big.
Because he was like, for 5 years, I had to keep a clean face. Like, I can't grow a beard, so I don't know what that means. You know what I'm saying? But for him,
is it Willie?
Yes.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So he's like, yo, I had to cut my face.
We know him.
It's hard for all black folk because black
like,
folk don't. That's another thing too. Black folk ain't used to shaving every day like that. It tears their face up because our skin is our hairs are different. It curls.
Yeah.
So then, like, you get the bumps and all that stuff like that. That shit irritates. And when you're out in the field and you sweating or you got that Kevlar on, that helmet on, that chin strap, it just irritates.
So it was just funny. He was like, yo, I'm just so happy I don't have to shave my face anymore. anymore.
It's big.
I was like, you're not happy that you're home? No, I'm just happy I don't have to shave no more. So I'm just saying, like, was that like that for you? Like,
that was one of the big ones for me, but I didn't shave while I was over there. I always had a shaving profile for the most part.
Yeah.
The biggest thing for me was that I could hop in my car and drive wherever I want and not tell anybody.
freedom.
After the fact.
After I got that was dope for me.
I'm going to the store.
That was dope for me. Not a lot of people actually like that. A lot of people actually like the military life. You have to understand the military life, the way it is, like they bring you in when you're young, when you're a kid. You know, there's a reason why they cater to high school kids and stuff like that or whatever, because they're more malleable.
It's more,
you know,
mold you.
and they can mold you. Yeah, exactly. So what happens is when you go into military life, you're always told when to eat, what to do, and everything like that. So your schedule is fixed for you and stuff like that. And there's a lot of people I ran into when I was in the military where I used to be like, man, this guy, like, how do you function out in the regular world? You
He's
know
a
what I'm
machine.
saying?
Because now there's no more schedules.
He's a machine.
Well, yeah, not only that, they don't. Well, you'd be like, why didn't you do this or something? They're like, well, no one told me. I said, someone's got to tell you that?
So
like,
how do you adjust after the military?
And so that's what happens. A lot of people can't adjust. So what do? Like, even if you don't like, you got to stay in. You're going to go right back. You don't even know what to do. You don't know what to do with yourself.
So I had a friend that told me, like, okay, look, there's like a class you take when you're transitioning out.
Yeah, they got a couple of courses.
The Soldier for Life something, and it's like 1 week. And like she was like, oh, it was pretty good. And then my other homeboy was like, man, I didn't learn shit that week because I was busy.
Yeah.
Like they didn't, but it was like, yo, so like, do those transitioning out classes, like, do they work?
Yeah.
Like, are they
I
beneficial?
didn't go through one.
No.
I didn't go through one.
What
Demo.
was your-
They said that we were going to do that in demo. We did not.
What was your exit strategy, like exiting the army, the National Guard?
What do you mean,
When you chose, it's 9 years. I'm ready to get the fuck out.
When you were leaving Thailand,
the time came now then to like, okay, listen, are you gonna re-up?
Yeah.
You gonna do 3 more years at least, or are you gonna be out? And I was like, if I decide to re-up, I'm gonna be a lifer in this, because it was at that point. So I was like, because they're like, yo, listen, all you need is 20 years, and you can basically retire.
Yeah.
You get a pension, you know. But I was like, you know, they're like, you're 9 years in, Smith. You know, you might as well, you know. And after this is easy sailing. You're over the hill and all that good stuff.
Years?
But I was like, if I dedicated, then you know, I didn't want to do it anymore. I was just good.
What year did you come out? 2011.
2011.
Yes.
When I came back from Iraq.
jeez,
I was right.
that's time. I mean, not time,
2011.
but like, you served our country. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
We appreciate you.
because
We
of you,
appreciate
I can play video games and watch cable and enjoy my natural freedoms. Because there's people like Smith that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, did brave
I still
stuff
thought
and went
about doing
over
like
there.
the,
You know what I'm saying?
the reserves and shit like that, because my mom was Navy, my dad was Army.
You're a military brat.
Yeah, man, I moved a lot. I got cousins. Everybody fucking went. But my brother and I, we just chose
to not do it.
Yeah.
Well, you know, like, my thing is, I think that, and I tell certain people, because there's certain people came to me like, hey man, this person, my friend's like, man, this girl says she want to join the military. I need you to talk her out of it. I was like, well, why she want to join it first?
Yeah.
Because there's people who come to me because they come to me, they want to talk to me and everything, and I'm like, listen, I'll be honest with you, this guy right here, I think the military would be good for him.
Yeah.
Like, if you got nothing going for him, I mean, like, you're not doing that,
You need
just
some
want to
kind
pick
of
up, because I'm telling you, like,
direction
there's
It
so
helps a
many
lot of people.
opportunities. It does. If you know the resources and you can utilize the resources, and you're not one of these people looking for someone to just carry you, you'll be good. If you're looking for someone to carry you, what happens is you'll get in and then you stay in, and after you get out, you don't know what the hell you do with yourself.
Yeah.
You know?
That's why I was making that comment earlier of like, I don't agree with it being popular to join now, because I got homies.
I didn't know it was popular to join now. I didn't know it was popular.
It's just from my experience of who I know. Like, they get in and then they want to quit. And I'm like, bro, like, you was doing all this to get in there, and you was motivated. You ain't got nothing going on.
This generation
it's
is
like
different, though.
It's weak now.
Yeah,
like,
this
you in
generation
there,
is different.
you only been there a couple months. You only get busy.
I couldn't imagine this generation
Come on.
going into
Or I had
military.
homies who said they went in, and they're like, bro, that's the best thing. Like, they either would be out here in the streets or be fucking have hella kids. He got some sense of direction.
I would have been in the streets. I know it. I would have been in the streets. I would have been with, like, where my peers and my classmates were, shot up, rocked up, or locked up, you know?
Yeah.
Hey, man, I commend anybody who's doing it.
Absolutely. It has your perspective changed joining to now on life.
On life, of course,
Yes.
Yeah.
of course,
Yeah.
big time.
Yeah.
I absolutely don't have any regrets of any sort.
That's good. That's a good thing.
I respect how one thing I realized when I did get deployed was how small I was. I didn't realize how, you don't, and that's something that
In what way?
That's deep.
What
as
way?
a man,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
as a man, you know,
I'm
that's
a
something
grain of salt.
that's a very humbling thing.
That is
Yeah.
a very
You go
humbling
out
thing.
in Afghanistan and you out there and like it's snowing and you see the kids coming at you to your trucks barefoot in the snow and stuff, like Mister, give me some chocolate, and you like. I got my gloves on. I got this big coat on. I'm freezing this shit, and I'm looking at this kid
with no
He's
shoes
with
on.
no shoes on, ask me for some chocolate, and then you thinking to yourself, there's nothing you can do about it,
Yeah.
Wow.
and there's nothing you can do about a whole bunch of different things. It's just the way it is. You realize how small you are in this world, and that's not something they prepare you for. That's not something
They
anyone
don't.
can prepare you for.
And that's why I tell government jobs and politics stuff, like, especially government jobs, you're just a number, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're just a number. Until
Like,
they,
what did
until
they-
a job valued you.
It goes back to what he said they addressed him as, not his first name, not a last name basis.
He's a jersey
they addressed
number.
him as his number, and your
and
number
basic
was
and basic training.
basic
yeah.
training. Yes.
Yeah. Everyone's replaceable.
Well, they do
Everyone.
that. They do that because they want you to fall in line, one,
Yeah.
and two,
Discipline.
they want to break you down before they build you up.
Okay.
Yep.
You understand? So like
They're
at
testing
the
your
last
mental.
day, that's when they call you by your name, something's different about it. It feels so special now. They go, oh, Juice aren't calling me
He
Amazon.
called me Smith.
He called me. No, they won't call you by first name, but yeah, they call me Amazon. What? You know.
Yeah.
And before they call you Dick. Everywhere you go, they call you Dick. Dick. Hey, Dick. Hey, Dick. 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 And Dick is supposed to stand for Dedicated Infantry Combat Killer. And you're just like, wow.
Repeat that.
A
Yo,
dedicated
pause.
infantry combat killer.
But this motherfucker
Wow.
gonna call me Dick all day long,
Dick.
and I just gotta
Dick.
be like,
Yeah, fuck that. You can
So then
suck my
after
dick.
you, and then there's a ceremony and basic training. You go up the hill, and after you're done with the ceremony, they call you now an infantryman. They call you a soldier. So they be like, hey, soldier. And when the first time someone calls you soldier, it actually shook me up some. I'm like, or the drill sergeant called me a soldier. I was like, oh shit. You know, like now I'm in a league of men that's
I'm
like
here now.
privileged. Yeah.
You made it.
You made it. You feel good about yourself. And like that's why you go out into the world with your chest up high. You be like, bro, this is
Always.
nothing.
Push forward.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
How did you like stay like in tune with yourself and insane in certain moments? Because I'm pretty sure you experienced like killings, death, all of that.
How do I stay in
In
tune
tune
with
with
myself?
yourself, yes. Like your mental and
Your
everything.
sanity.
Pray,
Good.
meditation. Especially in the later part of my life, it's a lot of meditation.
yeah.
What are you doing for your meditation?
What do you mean what I do for my meditation?
There's several ways of meditating. What are you doing? People do yoga. People
No,
smoke.
no, what?
People like, I'm like, you want me to break it down?
Well,
'Cause I know you
fighting.
know.
Fighting is very meditating for me. Fighting
cage.
is huge for me. Fighting is like
Your
it gave
peace.
me so much, like, and it occupied me so much. I didn't realize how big fighting was. Fighting kept me out of a lot of trouble too. Ever since I started fighting, I never got into a street fight. I got in one street fight. Since I started fighting,
Nice.
and that's huge from where I come from, you know. And
Were you
like
able
I
to
walk
control
away
yourself?
from,
Were you able to control yourself?
yeah, like I walk away from situations and shit. I never did that shit before.
Yeah.
Never. I would never.
You would finish it.
Huh?
You would finish it.
Yeah, sometimes I would start it, you know, but like it was
Therapeutic for you, was it?
huge,
Nice,
you know.
You from here?
I'm from Palm Beach.
Palm Beach. Okay.
Yeah.
you said
he's
hood
a,
in Palm
he's
Beach.
a,
I was
he's a
like,
Florida boy.
there's a hood in the Palm Beach.
Yeah.
Oh, you have no idea.
Yeah,
Yeah,
boy,
there
Florida,
is.
You know,
dog.
there was a time where
I'm from up north.
they called Palm Beach the city of killers. You know, it was the
I'm
highest.
sorry.
Yeah.
It was the
That's
highest
crazy.
murder. It was the highest murder
Murder
city.
rate, yes.
For
murder rate.
who? For where?
For
Florida?
America.
For Florida.
For Florida.
Florida?
Yeah.
For
Okay.
Florida.
I'm
It was.
saying-
It was.
I
it
know
was-
about Baltimore.
and in
I
the
know about
country,
Chicago.
yeah.
Well,
I
no,
know
no,
about New York.
Baltimore's a
Yeah.
different level.
Okay, there
I
was,
was like-
one year we were two.
Okay.
It was 1 year, like it was like 90s.
And West Palm,
West
Florida?
Palm Beach,
Yeah, bro.
Florida.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
West
Where?
Palm Beach,
Boynton
Florida.
Beach side?
We were on the History Channel.
Yeah.
People don't
Yeah.
know about it.
Yeah.
People, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
no,
People
He's
don't know
right.
West
That really
I
happened.
watched it.
That
He's
really
right.
happened.
We was on the History Channel.
What city in West Palm? Name the city.
West Palm Beach, Lake
Palm,
Worth,
yeah.
Lake
Boynton
Worth.
Beach,
Yeah.
Sea
Boynton
Cast,
Beach.
all them boys.
It's
yeah.
not.
They were
It's
telling
just
tourists
the
not to go
Palm
there
Beach,
because
yeah.
it was that bad.
Palm Beach.
So they just
yeah.
called it Palm Beach. They had a DVD called Gangsters and Thugs.
What?
Yeah, where all
Yeah,
these
I'm
guys
ignorant
just
to it.
running around. Yeah, man.
That's why, because you said earlier, he said hood in West Palm. Like,
Where they were going around
Yeah.
filming all types of incidents
Yeah.
and fights and stuff like that,
That's
and I like,
crazy.
and all of it was full of people. My
Yeah,
friends,
I know that guy.
The younger ages
Well, I
use
was
that
in it too.
loosely.
I didn't like that they had scenes where I was in. I didn't like that they would put that out because a lot of people, all those boys got wrote, you know,
Yeah.
and I didn't like that.
That's good though. We appreciate you
We
for coming
appreciate
through.
you, man. Tell the people how they can follow you. Tell them what you got going on.
You guys can follow me on Instagram on Mr. Smith Does. That's one word, Mr. Smith Does.
Does DOES?
DOES.
Yes.
Okay.
You want to teach them how to shoot?
Shooting,
You-
combat.
I'm gonna need some shooting
If you want to
lessons.
join my shooters club, you can go ahead and join my
that's a
shooters
fact.
club.
I wanna come shoot with
DM
you.
me. Yeah,
No,
I got-
absolutely.
I got a
Let's do it.
Telegram. We operate on Telegram, not WhatsApp. WhatsApp is monitored, but
There you go.
it's very
Everything is
important.
monitored.
Telegram,
is monitored.
Telegram is less monitored though. You know.
Yeah.
Let's do it,
You
though.
know,
Let's
it's
set it
different.
up.
You
Let's
know,
do
they don't
it.
sell your stuff to third parties like that.
Got you.
Ooh,
Let's
talk
do
about
it.
it.
Let's do it.
Talk about it.
So yeah, it's real good for
I want to shoot the 50.
basics.
You said it's powerful. I want to shoot the
You want to shoot
As
the
a civilian, you want to
Listen,
shoot a 50?
He
That's
said
want
it's
this?
powerful. I want to shoot the
As a
50.
That's different.
Civilian.
You gotta be careful.
You're gonna have to
I'm not
rent
saying
that.
You
He
can't
gonna
do it.
teach
That
me.
shoulder
That
gonna
shit.
be.
No,
He
you
gonna
don't understand.
teach me.
People don't even know how to shoot a proper shotgun. Like,
Okay.
You gotta like.
I'ma
You
learn
gotta
it.
like.
You
Well,
gotta
you
mount
got
that.
it. You're never
But
gonna
listen,
hold it.
you
You're
gotta
never gonna
mount
show it
that.
that
But
way.
listen,
You're
I'm
never
gonna
gonna show
learn in
that.
steps. He gonna teach me in
Okay,
steps,
'cause-
and then I'm gonna get to the 50, and then I want to learn sniper too.
Cause he'll tell you like that shit ain't easy, dog.
Yeah,
That shit ain't
yeah,
easy.
yeah.
I haven't shot no. I shot the little thing, and I was. Bitch, I didn't shoot it.
I
shot a
appreciate
shotgun.
y'all having
Yeah,
me out
I
here.
learned
Wow.
like I used to watch a series on Netflix called Shooter with Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
And then it showed like small calibers and then big calibers and then the sniper weapons. Like I want to learn. I just
Yeah,
want to
shit
learn. Like
powerful.
listen,
Shit is
nowadays females get you a weapon.
Oh yeah, facts. Females, you not safe.
Big time. If
Get
you in
you a-
Florida, I don't know how you
If you don't
don't
got a
gun.
knife, you don't got a taser, you don't got a gun. You need everybody need to get the
You need a
conceals.
gun.
Everybody.
That you
Walk
need a
around
gun.
proper. Don't be a nigga that just got guns in the crib. Yes, everybody can buy a gun everywhere. Get your paperwork.
Absolutely.
Get your paperwork in line.
Be prepared at all
That's it.
times. No playing James.
No playing
Plain
James.
James.
Hey, appreciate y'all. Watch, subscribe, like, share.
Mr.
know?
Smith, thank you.
Mr. Smith,
Thank you,
appreciate
sir.
you.
Thank
for your
you.
service and
Appreciate
for coming
you.
on the show,
Thank you,
bro.
sir.
Absolutely.
Real,
Thank
real
you for
shit.
spreading the knowledge.
Yeah,
That's
man.
it. Hey, next Tuesday, we here. No playing
Absolutely.
James.
Shout out to our supporters in the Bahamas, in
Ooh,
Germany.
Germany.
Ooh.
Shout out to our supporters in United States.
Facts.
Thank you.
Yee.
We out.